What's up and welcome to another Mograph Mocast. I'm Dave.
And I'm Matt. Joining us today is our good friend, Luis Miranda.
Hey.
And Mograph is a supplement to our site, mograph.com, which is a motion graphics tutorial site with tutorials, plugins, podcasts, and other Mograph stuff. And on the show, we talk about everything ranging from motion graphics to Cinema 4D, After Effects, plugins, render engines, doing business, doing taxes, being a contractor, or working for the man. You can email us info@mograph.com and let us know what you think about the show. Questions, comments, concerns, grievances, queries, topic ideas, artist suggestions. We're on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, mograph.com. Send us stuff. There's always a way to contact us. Send us what you want to hear about. You're the producer.
Yeah, I guess.
So anyway, yeah. So this week, Luis is here. We got some cool stuff coming up this week.
Yeah,
you know,
it's exciting. It's going to be a fun week.
Links. No, Dave's links is I think people are waiting for IBC. I think that's what's going on here. It's just everybody's waiting to post anything until IBC. Now we posted our little IBC thingy this morning.
Yes.
So that's going. And I'm all set here in the new studio. Did a little
yeah, you got everything set up, right? Everything's all moved in.
Everything's moved in. I've cut and bruised and hurt myself many times doing many household chores. Even shocked myself.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. I I've done electrical work for years, and I've prided myself in having not shocked myself before. But growing up, my dad told me that even though you turn off a breaker, you should just assume that every wire you touch is hot.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a good way to do it. You don't touch two wires at the same time. Don't ground yourself. Now, I went around, we figured out all the breakers, and I was installing a dimmer switch. And it's one of those 2-plate switches. So you have two switches in there, So I was putting the dimmer on.
Did you
one
turn
side.
the power off to that area first? Okay.
The power was off, shocked? And we had found the breakers that were going to the entire kitchen.
Mm-hmm.
However, the switch that is on the left side next to that switch in the same switch thing was the garbage disposal, which had been put on a separate breaker.
Gotcha. So that makes sense. Okay.
I was pulling out the ground wire because I needed to attach it to this new switch, and it was all way back in the box, and I'm pulling it out, and I just put my hand on the thing to kind of brace myself.
Yeah.
And my index finger on my left hand hit the hot on the garbage disposal, and I started feeling this weird tingle sensation.
I know the tingle.
And it kind of zapped me. Oh man. And I haven't shocked myself since I was 3 or 4 years old.
Yeah.
Because I put a staple in a plug when I was a kid because I thought, it looks like it.
Right.
It looks like the thing. It fits, right?
I once how with Christmas lights, they've got a plug and then a plug on the backside as well.
Yeah.
When I was younger, I wanted to see how many I could fit in there.
Oh gosh.
And so I got 5 or 6 deep, and then all of a sudden I felt that tingle,
How did it do that, though? Were you just...
Yeah, it was working fine.
I mean, you were touching the plastic, right?
Yeah. Oh, no, it was like I was shoving the thing in there, and so my thumb kind of went in both holes or whatever. My fat thumb.
I gotcha.
No.
Yeah, it wasn't as bad as I thought.
Yeah.
For my back problems and stuff, I have a TENS unit.
Mm-hmm.
And it just felt like a really strong TENS unit. I did get a little burn spot on my finger, but it's already gone. So,
Funny.
NBD, just went through my heart.
Right.
Let's see. That's it for that. It's going to be a short.
How's unpacking the rest of your house?
It's not bad. It's pretty good.
Yeah.
I mean, there's always going to be stuff to do, I found these really cool little things for the bedside tables, right? So we got this thing, it's a bed and it has side tables and everything built in. It feels kind of like a hotel bed, but it's really, really nice. And on the side, it had these little dinky holes for putting a wire through for a lamp or something. And I found these really cool things on Amazon. The only thing is you have to drill the hole bigger. I had to get one of those 3-inch giant drill bits.
Yeah.
to do a 3-inch hole,
Yeah.
but it's really cool. It's only like $35 and it looks like a cup, or a cup holder. It goes down in the hole.
Uh-huh.
And it has a cover on it. The cover is a wireless charger for your phone.
Oh, that's cool.
Right? But you can slide the cover open and there's 2 outlets, 2 USBs, and then the wireless still works when it's open.
That's cool.
So it just really like makes everything look nice and flush. And
Yeah,
just been doing stuff like that.
Yeah.
Ceiling fans and, hooked up pool tables in there, hooked up a TV with the little Raspberry Pi Nintendo system on it.
That's cool.
Fun stuff like that.
I've been working on my laundry room. I like 3D modeled my laundry room to see if I could, make it the way I wanted it. Kind of like you did with your office. And so I finally started working on it. And I realized I was going through and saving pictures to my phone, like progress pictures, because I've been taking them as I've been going. And I realized I started this in July, like the beginning of July, and I'm still working on it.
Oh, geez.
Yeah. Well, it's because I needed a nail gun, and then I borrow a nail gun from my dad, and it only shoots like 6 nails before it breaks. And so then I got to order a nail gun and stuff like that, which Amazon had a pretty good deal on it. So I went ahead and bought that. And then what else? I don't know. It's just like little things here and there, so I'm finally at the point where I got everything. Am I on my webcam mic? I'll check. Sorry. So I finally got to the point where I'm, yeah, I am. Sorry. There we go. Much better.
On your webcam mic.
I'm not recording on my
webcam.
No,
much better.
no.
Okay. Good.
I finally got to the point where like I got everything done and everything set, and I was like, all right, cool. Now it's time to paint. And I start painting it, and I realized I'm a really terrible painter, and everything just looks like blotchy and doesn't look clean and smooth and stuff. And I'm like, so I got really, depressed about that. So now I gotta like resand everything.
If you need a guy, I got a guy.
Yeah, I know. I should have just hired someone because I don't know what I'm doing, or just gotten a spray gun, Because now that I bought a compressor and a nail gun and stuff like that, and like I should have just bought a paint gun. I don't know.
Rollers should be fine.
Yeah, I'm not using rollers because it's a really tight area. It's like little shelving and stuff like that I built. So I'm having to use a paintbrush, and it's just looking stupid.
I should send you a photo of what we did in our laundry room.
Yeah,
it came out kind of nice. Yeah. So let's see. Anything else? Anything else to cover?
Anything 3D related? So, IBC is this week.
3D related?
Yeah.
What are you talking about? No, I am going to run a half marathon this afternoon, so I'm kind of trying to mentally prep here.
Yeah.
All I can think about is the fact that I'm going to do that. So we were going to mention, we can't talk too much in detail about it, but we have been working on a big project this year. That's what we've been doing for most of the year, which is we have been working on the graphics for Madden.
Yeah, we've been working on some stuff for Madden, so
we can't say which things or anything or like what? That, but
if you so happen to pick up Madden 2021, make sure and look closely. You could probably see some of our work, which is exciting.
Yeah. Hopefully it gets good reviews. I don't know. Is it getting good reviews?
No.
No. Well, dang it.
Not our work. Fun. Our work is great, But yeah. So.
Well, we're enjoying it. It was fun to work on a project like that. Video game, it's different.
Yeah, it is. And EA was video, a great for as much crap as the gaming community gives them, about whatever. Like they were a really great client to work for. They really were.
They were great to work with.
Like it was one of the easiest jobs we've done in a while. Great client.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah.
So
and let's see. So we got that. We got an article that came out this last week.
Yeah. That
you can check out. It's an article on a company that does different types of work, but the one that we kind of feature in there is some work they did for Black Mirror. So
that's
you can
cool.
Check that out. Mograph.com/news. Also this week, tomorrow actually, there will be another article coming out about the Westworld opening titles. So that'll be cool. You can check that out. IBC is this week.
Yep.
So make sure you stay tuned for all sorts of streams, announcements, things like that coming up from different people. I know Maxon is going to be streaming this whole week, and I'm going to be there behind the scenes doing the streaming things there. It's going to be 4 days of streaming.
Man,
and
it's at the normal time, right?
It is at the normal time. It's going to be 8:30 Pacific.
Yeah.
Specifically Pacific time.
Yes.
Ding. And then, so make sure you check that out. That'll be fun. There's going to be so many people lined up for those 4 days, and there's just so many great presentations and such great work. They do a really great job of picking out awesome talent. Next week, we are going to kind of do an IBC wrap up on the show with EJ.
Yay!
EJ will be here. Haven't talked to him in a while. You're going to be seeing EJ.
Yeah, I'm going to
person.
Denver next weekend. It's going to be fun.
Yeah.
Helping my brother
That'd be
move,
cool.
move back to Dallas, and Denver is a stop. We were going to go to southern Utah and visit some family, but then I was like, it's election season. I don't need to see them. So, we decided
you can go hang out with them. You should maybe find a way to introduce EJ to Halo finally.
Yeah, no, I don't think so.
Yeah.
I think getting EJ to play Halo would be like getting EJ to switch to a PC.
Switch to PC.
Yeah.
I mean, it's possible.
It's not gonna happen.
He used to play GoldenEye.
Yeah.
So you should at least try and introduce him to Fall Guys, but I guess he can't play that unless
he can't. Yeah, I know. It's stupid. Fall Guys is pretty good. I like it.
Yeah, we played with Ariev yesterday. That was fun. And so the last thing on the list is Winbush has a tutorial out.
What up? What up?
Just dropped this morning. What up? What up? It's on mograph.com/tutorials. You can check it out there. And this is basically a teaser. It's a full tutorial, but it's a teaser for his course. It's one of the chapters, basically, and it's about taking FBX and Mixamo data from Cinema 4D and doing bakes and bringing that into Unreal Engine.
Yeah.
So you can check that out there. Just dropped, and actually, I've got a little promo here that we could play. I've got to open it up here full screen. Let's see if I can play a video correctly on the first try for once. How about that?
Do it, Dave.
That would.
I believe in you.
That would be great. Yeah. Do you think I can do it?
I think you can.
Yeah. Let's see. Full screen. Full screen. See, now the stupid thing is being stupid. All right. See, I always have problems with this. I need to find a better playback system. All right. Full screen. Play. Now we're cooking with grease. All right. You ready?
Do it.
Let's watch this thing.
What up? What up?
What up? What up? Indeed. Here we go.
My name's Joel Deadmau5. I've been following Jonathan Winbush for quite some time.
Little plug for my friend Winbush.
Hey, this is Dave from Mograph.com inviting you to check out a new free Cinema 4D Unreal tutorial from Jonathan Winbush. He's taking the Unreal world by storm, and you can't help but say, what up, what up?
What up, Winbush here.
What up, Winbush here. And today I'm excited to give you a teaser of my course created in Unreal exclusively on Mograph.com.
In this full sample lesson from his upcoming course, Winbush will show you how to bring FBX animations and Mixamo data from Cinema 4D into Unreal Engine.
Cinema 4D and Epic, John Winbush.
If you like that lesson, sign up for notifications on when his course becomes available, and head over to Winbush's YouTube page for more Unreal goodness.
Definitely check out Jonathan Winbush on YouTube.
Cinema 4D and Unreal. Let's go!
Make sure you go to Mograph.com. I'll check you there. Take care.
Winbush.
That's funny.
There it is. Make sure you check that out if you're getting into Unreal Engine.
Mm-hmm.
I know a lot of people getting into Unreal Engine from Cinema 4D are going to have questions and want to be able to do stuff like that.
Very excited about this course. It's getting so close to being released. And
And I think he only had 2 more videos left to record.
Yeah.
And I just got them in the Dropbox links this morning.
Oh, yeah?
I think he was up late doing it, and I just got a text from him. And I think because of the holiday, he did all that late and he slept in. So he just texted me. He's like, man, I just woke up this morning to all these messages and stuff. And I'm like, what is going on
funny.
right now? So I guess, and plus it's earlier there, you know, he's on that LA time.
Yeah.
You do.
Like you do.
So, yeah. So anyway, let's get into some Ravcock. What's your flavor?
What's your flavor?
And we got a little hardware.
I need a little push
to talk
button for
about.
these things, you know, on my Stream Deck. Like play audio,
Oh, yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
What's your flavor?
So the one thing I do want to add to this is if you are on the Octane Facebook group, Jules just posted some really
so
amazing brigade clips. There's
I cannot wait. It's
man.
it's like
and it's all running on a 1080 Ti.
I
just
know.
one.
I know.
How?
I know.
How is that even possible?
Yeah, we were talking about earlier how ridiculous it's going to be that like the 3090s and the 3080s were just announced, you know, and Dave and I we're gonna load up on 3080s. We haven't.
We're gonna get 4 each.
Yeah,
assuming we can actually.
Assuming
get
we can.
those.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to have my brother like on another computer at midnight with me, you know, and you'll get Julie, and we'll all just be like refresh, trying to get them.
Yeah.
But the it's like we're gonna be buying 8 3080s, you know, to jam pack our computers full of them, and then it's like Brigade's gonna come out and it's like, oh, this will run on a 1080 Ti flawlessly.
Right. You don't need all this.
Yeah.
Still your client projects with Brigade. There are some client projects we could probably do with just Brigade, you know.
Yeah.
So yeah,
NVLink doesn't work on 3080s. Is that true?
No, I don't think so. I didn't even see a little thing on the side for it. But I don't know if you really need it.
Yeah.
Really? Do you?
What's the 3080s? Is it 10 gig?
Yes.
10 gig?
I believe
Yeah.
it's 10 gig.
You know,
Yeah.
everyone talks a lot about like, I don't know, maybe I'm just not working on big enough projects or something, but like I've never run out of VRAM ever.
You're just efficient, you know? With your polys.
Like maybe like 2 or 3 times I've ever ran out of VRAM. I am efficient. I try and be as efficient as possible, you know?
Or you're just using whatchamacallit.
What?
What's the
out of core?
The out of core.
Yeah, maybe. I don't think I am.
Yeah.
I might be.
Yeah.
Anyway.
I mean, I think I hit the limit when I was working on like a project with like a huge road and cities and buildings and all that kind of stuff. You know, it's just massive. I mean, it was 3 miles of road that I had built.
Yeah. I remember that. But that was years ago.
Yeah.
That was like with 980 Ti's, you know?
No,
that
was
wasn't
2080.
Was it 2080s?
Yeah, it was 2080.
Okay, never
It was
mind.
2080. And the NVLink, I guess it helped, but yeah, I mean, I don't usually see the little thing turn blue and say that I'm using the NVLink.
Yeah.
You know, so I don't know. Yeah, it's 10 gig, and Chad Ashley actually posted a good chart this morning. I'll see if I can find it and bring it up. And it just had some comparisons and things
funny.
like that.
This is Ravcock, but we're talking about graphics cards and stuff.
Well, I always kind of put the hardware stuff in here because that's kind of where it lies, you know.
Yeah.
Just to wrap up the Jules thing, he was, you know, the classic scene of
the car, the big truck,
the truck
going down
the Mack truck, or the what is it called?
I don't know.
A lorry? No, that's a tax. No,
the 18-wheeler.
Lorry.
The 18-wheeler.
It's a lorry. It's a lorry.
I don't know.
So he said like originally it was 60 seconds a frame for that, and now it's 60 frames a second.
It's insane.
Which is just freaking fantastic. So here's the kind of spec chart that Chad Ashley posted this morning. And he says, looks like the 3080 is around 38% faster than the 2080 Ti.
That's so insane.
I'm going to wait and see how it pans out. Now, I swore that they said in the presentation that the 3070 was twice as fast as the 2080 Ti. I swore he said that.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Did he not? I like that he wore his leather jacket even though he was in the kitchen for the presentation. He always wears a leather jacket. And
that meme, the Twitter that said boys just want one thing and it's freaking disgusting, you know?
Yeah.
I saw one with that, and
Yeah.
then it had the dude holding a 3090.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Luis, what are you gonna buy? You gonna wait? What's your stance on these?
Yeah, well, I've been waiting since because I'm currently running on two 1080 Ti's.
There you go.
So,
Yeah, you're ready for it.
yeah, so I've been.
Mhm.
I saw that the 2080s. I saw the RTX, and I was like, that sounds really cool. But then the Super came out, and I was like, well, I'm pretty sure it's going to release like the new
Yeah.
versions here soon. So decided to just wait. I just updated everything else except the graphics cards.
Mm-hmm.
And so yeah. I'm
Yeah,
gonna try
so
to
did
get
we.
two of
We
them.
just, we decided that we're just going to upgrade our systems as much as possible. You know, we've been running on these 8-core Threadrippers for a while, and it's like,
Mhm.
you know, we're going to make the jump. We went and bought some 32-core Threadrippers, so really excited about
When are
that.
those showing up?
I don't know.
Those
Well,
haven't even shipped.
yeah, I
They're
know.
like on
I was
back
looking
order or
at
something, right?
it's back ordered right now, but I like B&H is pretty good from what I've read. They're pretty good about letting people know that the amount of days that it's back ordered, and I think ours was back ordered like 5 to 7 days. So we'll probably get it next week, I would assume. So, barring any holidays. What's up, Wimbush? What up? What up?
What up? What up? Winbush is here. He's awake now.
Yeah.
He was enjoying the holiday and
Yep.
got interrupted by all the social medias. So let's see. Let's look at these. So average. See, if you look at the bottom of this chart, the average increase is 141%. What's the? I don't understand. What's
I
the
don't
two
know.
numbers for it? 141 and 168.
No idea.
Is that 3080 or is that 30? No.
That's a
don't know.
versus a 2080 Ti versus a 2080 RTX. Yeah.
Now there was also a leak as well of somebody's spec, you know, because there's always the different variations that
Right.
different companies bring out and whatnot. And there was some sort of leak that mentioned a 3080 Ti, but generally those things don't come out for so long. It's
Yeah.
just like, I don't want to wait any longer.
I know. Yeah, we've been holding off on upgrading our systems entirely because we knew a new 30 or we assumed a 30 series was coming out. You know, I've been talking about upgrading us to the 2070 Supers for a while, but Dave's like, nah, let's just wait. It's gonna happen.
Yeah.
Like, all right.
It's going to happen.
And it did.
Yeah.
But don't they
Yeah,
always
and
release on
they-
Saturdays? I mean, sorry, in September.
Yeah, they do. That's why we assumed that
They-
they were coming out, you know, that they were going to be announced
Yeah.
soon. Because normally at SIGGRAPH, they announce the big Quattro cards or whatever they are, you know, and then around GDC or a little bit after or whatever, that's when they start announcing the big, you know, the new series.
That's the thing. You wait so long to get the announcement, and
Yeah.
then you wait for it to come out, and then you're like, okay, well, now that that's out, now how long do we have to wait for the TI
Right.
version?
Right.
You know,
Or,
it's
you know,
just
if
like-
you can't even pick them up, how long do you have to wait before you can even get them in the stores? You know,
Yeah,
sucks.
yeah.
I mean, one of
Well-
my secondary machine's still rocking 3 980 Ti's, and it's still slow. I don't even use it half the time. You know,
Mm-hmm.
it's like whatever. You know, I'm ready
Well-
to have some real power.
My question is, are they going to stack well? I mean,
I think
I
they'll
know
stack
that the
well.
fans are kind of staggered.
Yeah.
right.
Yeah, I think they'll be
But,
fine.
but-
You know, the 3080s. I mean, I don't know. I've always just stacked my stuff. It's fine. It'll get a little hot
Mhm.
sometimes, but you just throttle the performance. Whatever.
Luis, you have blowers?
Yeah,
Or
I just have like the what is it, the Founders Edition? So it
Yeah.
has like that.
It's got the fans on the top, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
mm-hmm.
Yeah. See, Winbush says he always stacks too. And if Winbush
Yeah,
says,
and
then it must
that's
be
right. Yeah. So I mean, they had some other stuff in the announcements too. Of course, they always go into AI, and they go
Yeah.
into what else they go into. They showed some real time stuff. That marble thing was really cool.
Yeah.
But I did notice they changed the marble thing from having like glass marbles to having mirrored glossy marbles.
Yeah.
I think they made that decision to help it go a little bit faster.
I agree. Yeah, glass, you know,
Yeah.
show me some real-time caustics. you know?
Yeah.
And then I will be impressed.
It's gonna be a while.
Yeah, I know, right?
Well, maybe the 3090 will be able to do it. Gosh, that 3090 is a freaking beast.
It's a chonky boy.
It is a chonky boy. That thing is like, he took it out of the oven in the presentation in his kitchen. He pulled it out of the oven to show it off. And it's freaking huge, and it's 3 slots.
Have you seen these memes where like they find like these old like AC units or something with 3 fans on it? It's like, oh look, I found a 3090 Ti. It's really funny.
And the Otoy hasn't released the bench scores. I guess.
Oh man, they're gonna be so good. They're gonna be so good. I got a feeling. Those Octane bench scores are just gonna destroy.
Well, the thing is that on that thread that Jules posted, that Chad Ashley posted, Jules said he looked at these numbers and he said, interesting, but the actual Octane bench scores on these cards are going to be even more interesting, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And that's all he said. And Chad said, interesting. Can you share any more information? And he said, not for a bit longer.
Yeah.
With the emoji with the zipper on the mouth.
Yeah. Like 10 days, 10 days until the question is how long until like they're released on the 17th or we can buy them on the 17th? Will they be in stores on the 17th?
I don't know. I don't know. We just have to follow it.
Yeah.
The thing is, the Octane bench scores are really going to be what we're looking at.
Right.
However, you can't go by. What was the deal with CUDA? Like,
dude, the CUDA is ridiculous.
Fudging these numbers.
No. So
they're fudging the numbers.
They're fudging
somehow.
the numbers. Come on, this isn't the Trump administration. Come on.
Dun, 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 dun.
We went there.
Yeah.
Hold on. There. That's right.
Let me find it because I can't remember the exact amount of CUDA cores. It's a ridiculous amount. So the 3080. Let's look at my specs. The amount of CUDA cores is 8704. Now, when I was chatting on the Slack about this, they were saying it's because each CUDA core can now do 2 processes at once or something like that. So they're like doubling, saying it's double the amount of CUDA cores or something. You know, but if you look at it, the 2070 Supers that we have, there's only like 2,500 CUDA cores. If you double that, it's still half of the amount of CUDA cores that the 3080 has. I'm telling you, like, the Octane bench score on this is going to be huge. It's going to be big.
Somebody was commenting on that whole CUDA thing. It's like they know people are looking at CUDA core numbers now more than certain things, so they're kind of playing on it a little bit just to make it look. I don't know. It's like comparing. I don't know. It's like comparing ice core temperatures to actual thermal readings when trying to do climate change readings. It's like it's 2 different measurements technically.
I guess.
You know? No?
I don't know.
Bad example? I don't know. Anyway, so we'll see. I don't know. Anything else about the cards?
I'm excited about it. GDDR6 RAM, DRAM, which is cool. So, I don't know.
I really am interested on these Octane bench scores.
Yeah,
just the way that Jules is alluding to something.
Yeah, I really like the way it looks. Like, it's a very pretty card, and the way they've got it with like the thermal fins and stuff like that. It's like a radiator or whatever. I feel like it's gonna stay cool better, especially with them stacked.
Yeah. We didn't talk about price point.
No, we didn't. Price point's like, it's insane. The Founders Edition 3080 is only $699. Like, that's like $100 cheaper than the 2080s were, or something like that.
Man. And somebody brought up a good point in some meme or something. They're like, that's the price that a good graphics card used to be.
Right.
It's just these prices just keep going up and up. You're paying the price of a computer for a graphics card.
Right.
So I like that they're doing that. And I'm surprised that they were able to get this to where it is, even with the COVID situation.
Yeah.
Now, it will be another thing to find out how they're going to handle distribution with the COVID situation. If it's going to be one of those things where people are just like fighting over them and selling them on eBay for twice the price.
Right. The 3090s are running $14.99, which is really good. And then the 3070s are only $500. That's pretty good. That's real good. You know? I don't know.
Well, let's see. Yeah.
What's up?
I was going to say, what would you guys recommend for somebody who, like, would you recommend getting two 3090s, or do you think getting two 3080s is more economical?
We considered getting like two. So right now in our machines, I've got two 2070 Supers because the CUDA cost, you know, the cost per CUDA ratio was the best, you know. And if you're looking at CUDA on the 3080 versus the 3090, the 3080 is $700 and it's like 8700 CUDA versus the 3090 is almost twice the price. No, it is twice the price, right? No, 1714. Yeah, so it's $1,500, and you only get 2,000 more CUDA or something like that. So for me, the 3080 is the best deal. You can buy 4 of them for the price that you would have 2 3090s. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you get the VRAM limitation because, you know, you're looking at 10 gig versus what's the 3090?
24.
The 30 is it? How much is it?
I think it's 24.
Jeez, that's insane. Yeah, 24 gig. I don't know.
Is that more for gaming though? Because the 3090 they were showing off can run 60 frames a second with 8K.
Yeah.
First of all, where are you going to get that 8K monitor to game on? And how much is that going to cost? The thing is, like, you could get 8K. Can you get like a work monitor for your desk that's 8K right now?
I don't know.
That isn't just ridiculous. And who's doing that right now? And are the textures in these games even good enough to really notice a difference?
Once that Unreal 5 comes out.
Oh man, yeah.
Unlimited polygons. So yeah, everyone's gonna need a 3090 by then.
Yeah.
I feel like the 3090 is more for like ultra super gamers.
Yeah, or the people.
But
I don't even think it's for the gamers. I don't think the 3090 is for the gamers. I think it's more for us, the creatives who are needing like extra VRAM and stuff like that. Like honestly,
well, the VRAM I see. Yeah,
I had a 980 Ti in my gaming machine, you know, and the only reason I took it out is because it was really loud. I replaced it with the 2070 Super, and it's like, I don't need anything more than that. You kidding me?
Especially with that brigade dough.
Right? That brigade. That's going to be so good.
That brigade dough. At least let's talk about you.
Yeah.
Let's talk about let's talk about you now, because you've just been so talkative so far.
Right.
I know.
And we want to know a little bit more about your background and everything. You go to school anywhere? You're in Denver.
Yeah.
Did you go to school? Did you not go to school?
Yeah.
How did you get started?
Yeah, I went to it's called University of Colorado, Denver, and it's in downtown Denver.
Okay. That
so
makes sense.
Yeah. They have other campuses, so like their main one is in Boulder, and so that's where like the football team and all that stuff is. But yeah, they have campus downtown. I was able to get like a scholarship, and I went for film school. So I did that for a bit before getting hired over at Telemundo here in Denver.
Nice.
So I did that for like almost a year.
Do you speak Spanish?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and so part of it was because I know how to read and write it,
right?
So I can, type it out. It's still difficult because like Spanish has its kind of weird sort of like grammar rules, and so everyone had to fix it anyway.
And also, I feel like there's a lot more. There's like, in order to say the same thing in English, you have to say a lot more words in Spanish. Like anytime we've had to do someone do a Spanish voiceover for us, it's like they're reading really fast to cram it in the same amount that we would say in English. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's also, you have to change the order of the words sometimes for it to make sense. So instead of like the verb coming before the noun, you have to like flip it so that it makes a little bit more sense. I don't know. It's kind of hard
to Yodify it.
Yeah. But yeah, so I did that for a bit, and then I got hired over at a competing station. It's their Univision.
Okay.
And they had a contract with the Denver Broncos to do a TV show once a week, recapping the game. And we also had assignments where we would record features with players. Sometimes with cheerleaders, we'd go to different events and stuff like that.
So what were you doing? What were you doing for them? What were you doing for Telemundo and then to Univision?
Oh, so Telemundo, I was in charge of making all the commercials.
Okay.
So
were you shooting as well, or was it all 3D?
Yeah, it was filming. The motion graphics wasn't as important in it.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of them were pretty much the same. I made a template for myself, and I would kind of swap out logos.
Yeah. Nice.
But then there were certain assignments that required a lot more, and so I would try to do 3D and stuff. I was using Element back then.
Nice.
Before I switched over to cinema. Yeah, and so when I got into Univision, it was pretty much the same, like filming, editing, all that good stuff, but it was specifically for the Broncos.
Mm-hmm.
And so we had like a set that was for the news, and so we kind of switch out the graphics to like Bronco stuff, and then we just record it. I'd edit it, put some footage on top, record some features, and yeah, we try to get it out once a week, and it would go on Saturday. So I did that for like an entire season, and then the Broncos decided to hire me at the end of that season.
Cool.
Yeah.
That's good. So have you been, and how long ago was that?
That was back in 2014.
Okay. And you're still working for the Broncos now?
No. I went freelance in 2007. So I was only there for 3 years.
Okay. That's good. That's good experience though,
Yeah, I mean.
Is it something where you kind of got worn out, like you kind of doing the same thing?
Did you like football?
Did it keep fresh? Yeah.
I liked football going in. Coming out, it's a different story. But yeah, so what happened was they would we'd have like pretty good fun. I was there when they went to the Super Bowl, so I got to experience all that. But then afterwards, it was like, okay, I think it's time to, move on or, try to elevate my position. And it seemed like they kind of just wanted to keep doing the same thing.
Yeah.
Just kind of like updating these videos, not really doing anything like too crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Even though I tried pushing them on it, I was like, let's do the entire scoreboard instead of hiring, like a studio like Cake or something.
Yeah,
I was like, we can do it all in house, and so I did it. But then I don't know, it's just they were like, great, good job, and I was like, okay, well, you guys could probably restructure our graphics department to where we have like an actual art director instead of everyone just kind of doing their own thing.
Mm-hmm.
And they weren't really too interested in that, and so I was like, well, I think it's probably time for me to actually try working at a studio instead of sports, because it felt more like news than it did working at a proper studio.
I was gonna say, yeah. Like I feel like when you go to a live event or something, and was all the stuff that you were doing for the Broncos, was it all live event stuff, or was it also there's a difference between what's being broadcast on TV versus what you're seeing on the screens around you? Was most of the stuff that you were doing, was it for in-house versus broadcast?
Yeah. So the scoreboard was its own production.
Mm-hmm.
All the different channels that would come in to broadcast the game, they were doing their own thing. They have their own packages from CBS and all that. So for us, we control everything that was on the scoreboard, and so that's where I would do my defensive animations, where it's trying to pump up the crowd.
Yeah,
the touchdown. Yeah.
Did you use an actual fence?
Yeah.
Come on.
Well, they have that those little spiky things with the line, and so we would use the Denver D and then the fence, the D fence. Gotcha. I thought that was pretty clever.
I used to do graphics for arena shows and things like traveling arena shows, and there would be breaks and stuff where we do fun little graphics and things like that. And the one that we would always do that I loved was make some noise.
Mm-hmm.
And because there was such a weird feeling of power when you just take your finger to the mouse button and you just press down and you click, and then all of a sudden 15,000 people just go nuts. It just feels like power.
Yeah.
They're my puppets.
Yeah. Yes, dance.
Yeah. I always found that phrase funny. Make some noise. Why some noise?
Right.
Shouldn't it be all the noise?
Make all the
make
noise.
Just make noise. Make less noise.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That would be funny. Make some noise.
Now everybody.
Okay, now make a little more noise. Okay, let's
Yeah.
make less noise now.
Yeah. I would always.
I did one that had the meter. You know, the little meter. You would make it go up and down, and you just fake it a little bit. You know.
That's funny.
Yeah. And then you like have it break when it gets to a certain point.
Yep, exactly. Yeah, the meter breaks and shatters.
That's funny.
So funny. That's fun.
Yeah, I would always change it from make some noise to something like bring the noise.
Oh,
or,
yeah.
Yeah, 'cause it just always peeved me, the some part.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Did you have to do not only like the big screen and stuff? Did you also have to do the ads around the like? I don't know if the Denver
the ad panels.
Yeah, the ad
LED.
panels all the way around as well.
Yeah, so yeah, those are we call the ribbons,
Okay.
and they're super thin. They're like 52 pixels up, but it's like 20,000 across. Or
Yeah.
something. And so yeah, but we made up like a cool little system where you just create like this one piece and it gets copied to all of it,
Loop.
Like a pre-comp
Yeah.
or something like that, or something. I don't know. Yeah.
You loop it around,
Yeah.
right? You do like 20 of the same thing or something like around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's always interesting making sure that it tiles correctly. So
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
have to make sure that this part kind of gets extended on the other side, and so it doesn't look all weird. But
And those systems to implement those too were always so just clunky. And I didn't do them too much because the problem is from arena to arena, those ribbon panels are just so different,
Mm-hmm.
you know? But every time I dealt with them, I felt like it was like using a video toaster every time I tried to like log in and use them. But
Yeah.
they're like super low res.
Mhm.
So
yeah, I mean, from far away they look pretty good, but when you get up close, you notice that there's like these giant gaps in between all the LEDs.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so,
yeah,
it's kind of confusing, but
yeah.
So
Did you do anything else in the arena, like when they had other shows and things like that come through?
yeah. So we had like my first year there, we had the Golden Cup, and so we had a game between Manchester and some other team, Roma, I would think. So we would do graphics for the boards so that they can, instead of using the Broncos sort of like layout, we can do like a soccer layout and have like their logos, and it was mostly static, but it was a nice little touch to kind of give it, you know, that sort of soccer feel instead of it being football.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And yeah.
And then, let's talk about your freelance work a little bit. I think there's always that feeling when you jump off.
Yeah.
Of, you know, how am I going to make this work? Do I have clients? Did you have some side hustles going on already, like before you jumped off, or did you just cold turkey it?
Yeah, I cold turkey it. I saved up as much money as I could.
That's good.
I think
Okay,
it was
that's smart.
Yeah, something like
that's good.
It wasn't quite 6 months, but it was close.
That's good. That's real
and
good.
So I just told myself, I'm gonna see what I can do, and thankfully, it took 3 weeks to get my first client.
Wow.
And, yeah, I didn't realize how fortunate I was on that one, but I was just like really excited to go and work, and so on my first gig, it wasn't like the most glamorous gig, but I just like went on it really hard because I wanted them to like book me again. And after I did that, they ended up like booking me for like 4 months straight.
Wow,
And
that's great.
that pretty much just helped pay for a lot of things.
Really good. Yeah. What do you do mainly now? Like, what's
I was gonna say, because
day to day
you were doing
type of work.
You were doing film stuff, and you know, the 2 previous jobs you were actually going out and shooting, and then moving over to motion graphics and 3D animation and stuff like that. Like, do you miss it at all, or are you still doing it? You know?
Yeah, I try to avoid filming. I'm not a huge fan of like carrying the camera around, like setting up.
I'm right there with you. Right there with you. Yeah.
I was like, if I can just do the post-production part and that's it, like that's my preferred way of doing it.
Yeah.
So a lot of times they just give me footage, I'll edit it or do like the treatment that they want for it. But most of the time it's really just doing design in 3D, like style frames, and then eventually animating. But yeah, no production aside from like stuff that's already been shot.
Right. That's good. Good.
Yeah, I'm the same way. I like the part where I sit on my butt.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. It's
Other
always
than that half
terrifying.
I don't like
marathon
having
you're
to
going to
use my
run later,
legs like a
right?
sucker. Yeah, got to save that energy, yo.
Yeah.
I could run a half
yeah.
marathon if I was just sitting down the whole time. All right, never mind.
That doesn't make any
Yeah.
sense.
He's just like
Yeah.
kicking his feet.
Yeah.
Let's talk about. I wanted to talk a little bit about the FITC.
Yeah.
Intro.
Yeah.
Or whatever.
You helped out. You were on a
the-
team of what? It was probably like
a lot
5
of
or
people,
6
right?
or something like that. It was a good
Beeple,
group of people.
Ariev,
Yeah.
right.
So
Was Billy involved? I think.
I
Or
don't think
No,
Bill was involved.
it was Tokyo Megaplex.
Yeah,
Tokyo
yeah,
Megaplex, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah, and who else was? There was a couple of people that sort of like submitted a couple of shots.
Mhm.
So you have Sam Burton.
Mhm.
He did like this really cool 2D animation. Then there was 3 character riggers. It was, aside from Tokyo Megaplex, it was Christopher Peck
Mhm.
and Green
John
Mug.
John Hutton.
Yeah, John. Yeah. And so you had those were kind of like the main crew. But then, yeah, David Ayer came in. He like did a bunch of those cool like race car shots. And then what's his name? Dang it! He worked on the Ghost in the Shell movie. Stylo. There we go.
Okay.
He did like a shot for them as well.
Stylo, yes. I want to get that dude on the show. He's a funny guy.
I've never actually met him. I just see like his work, and like I've met like Marty Romances who like worked with them, I guess, on some projects. And so I always known him from like afar, but never like in person.
He's hilarious, man. Like Stylo, he was in London last year. I saw him present in London, and he was really funny.
Nice.
I feel like it would be a fun. I think it would be a fun show if you were on. Yeah. So, did you have anything to do with? I know there were tons of Easter eggs in this video.
Mhm.
Did you put any Easter eggs in it?
This is a huge edit. There is so much going on.
Yeah,
I know.
there's
It's
just like
insane.
a bunch of different people submitting shots. So then
Yeah.
just like slept. But in terms of like Easter eggs, I tried to do like silly stuff. Most of the stuff I did was modeling the all the objects that you see in the bedroom.
Yeah.
And also like animating the buildings. I was trying to like hide little things in there for like the project file that we like gave away.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of just like hide things inside the buildings, stuff
Yeah.
like that. But
That's
nothing
nice.
too crazy.
That's a great
Uh-huh.
idea. Just put it in there, and like nobody will ever see it in the video.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's great. Like, oh man, I could think of such funny things you could put in there.
Yeah. Like
I mean, the first thing I would do is put a hidden dick butt
Right,
model
of
in there
course.
somewhere. You know. Yeah.
what was a good one to hide? It wasn't necessarily dick butt, but crap, I forgot. Oh, put like a Rick and Morty
Yeah.
portal just in one of them.
Nice. That's cool.
Nice.
It was
That's a great
did
idea.
you what was so like there's so many artists working on this one project together, and you've all got to like match this same style, you know, the same people-esque
Mhm.
style. You know, did that
Yeah.
become difficult at all, you know, working with everyone?
No, I think what Mike was trying to do is have us kind of inject our own sort of style, but he handled all of like the modeling.
Yeah.
And so we're using like his assets. So he just gave us like a big kit bash set, and he's like, just have fun with it, do what you want to do. And so
That's
we
cool.
kind of just like took his elements and ran with it.
That's nice. How
What has been your favorite thing to? Oh, sorry.
No, I was
You-
just
go
gonna
ahead,
say
Matt.
how long did y'all work on it? I mean, I know this was these are FITC titles, and they were probably not, you know, they was for exposure dollars, you know.
Yeah.
Right. So
Yeah.
how long overall did y'all spend on working on it, you know?
I think it was around. We kind of were like working on it just a little bit at first, and it was around. I want to say January, and then it didn't ramp up until around March,
Mhm.
where it was like a full month of just like cranking on it, so that it can be delivered whenever it was in April when the show was.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it wasn't too bad. And,
what was your favorite project to work on recently?
Yeah.
Let's see. I did work on. Well, right now I'm working on a pretty fun project. It's for Samsung.
Cool.
It's like for like an outdoor screen, and they're like the client's being really easy, so I'm able to kind of just play around and
that just
do a
makes
lot
it so much easier. It makes the job so much better when the client is just awesome.
Mhm.
I don't know.
Yeah, I'm like, I'm gonna do a little bit of X particles, but don't expect a lot of X particles. And then they're like, a little bit's fine. We don't care as long as it looks good. And I was like, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was just like, I'm always scared of when they say we need a ton of X particles.
Mhm.
I was like, I don't think you realize like what its limitations are.
Yeah.
They think it can do anything.
Yeah.
Or, a lot of people don't realize how far it can go. A lot of people see just like, X particles with trails.
Oh, they just think particles.
They think particles with trails and not realize that you can do so much more with it.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I think ever since they came out with the flow field, that right there
Mhm.
was probably like, I don't know, and also the layers, how you can like do the add and subtract and stuff
Mhm.
while you're combining the fields. I thought that was probably like the best thing that they did for it, because otherwise you're just using Turbulent
Yeah.
for everything.
Yeah. I need to look into that.
I'm waiting for that GPU.
Yeah.
Man,
Gosh.
I want that GPU.
I'm telling you, they get
gonna be
GPU like figured out and stuff like that. They're going to kick Houdini's butt a little
Hmm.
bit.
A little bit.
A little bit.
A little bit.
It's
So,
crazy that Houdini can like do all the things, but it's just like requires you to know, like linear algebra to even understand it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
like,
To have a degree in hyperbolic typology,
Mhm.
whatever that is.
I'm trying to learn how to make a mutating fleshy thing. And I
Mhm.
feel like Houdini would probably be the best place to do it, but still
Yeah.
trying to figure it out.
Yeah, maybe. Pose morph. Just use a pose morph.
Yeah. Well, I just want it.
Yeah.
I want something to like grow and then like the skin to like tear open and then it comes out. Like,
That's
I'll try
cool.
something like that.
That's cool. Yeah.
It sounds very Houdini.
Yeah. Definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Stop being afraid of Houdini.
Available on mograph.com.
I've been meaning to check that out.
It's a good course. It's a good course.
It is good.
Yeah.
I wanted to talk a little bit about everydays as well. You have an everydays thing on your site, and are you currently still going every day? Was this a previous everyday? Is this a
Yeah. So I did it for about 3 years straight, and then for year 4, it was kind of like, I don't know, 8 months out of the year. And then I'm technically on year 5, and this one I'm kind of being a little bit more relaxed about doing. So recently I figured out that you can actually grab models from video games. And so I just did like a whole series on me grabbing models from Doom and then doing...
Wait, you can grab the models from the video game?
Yeah. So people will do it for you, and they kind of host it on like websites like DeviantArt.
Uh-huh.
And so all you need is Blender and a plugin for it. It's called XNA, LoRa, whatever. And it'll convert it into this thing called an XPS file.
Interesting.
And so you can open it in Blender and save it in as FBX, and it has all of the like the skeleton all set up. And yeah, it also has the UVs and just everything. So what I do is I send it into Substance, paint it, and then send it over to Redshift, and I just do all the lighting using these cool models.
That's cool.
man? Yeah, geez, that's a lot of everydays, and you got a lot of different varieties of styles and everything in here too.
What's your website, Luis?
It's luis-miranda.com.
Gotcha. Okay.
Let me Google that for you.
Yeah,
Matt.
I know. No, I mean, I'm sorry, but Luis Miranda is a very common name.
Yeah.
Some guy had luismiranda.com.
Uh-huh.
I was thinking about like seeing if I could buy it off of him, but they were saying it was going to cost something like $2,000.
Yeah. See, there's a doctor, Matt Milstead, who is also he's got a PhD or something. And I said if he ever wanted to buy it from me, I would sell it to him for $40,000.
I mean, he's got a PhD.
He's got
money,
he's a
right?
doctor. He's rich. Come on.
Rich.
Rich.
Yeah. Matt, you're gonna have to take over for 2 seconds because I have to pee.
That's all right.
So bad,
Man.
It's early. It's early for peeing.
I was gonna
don't
say,
know. Yeah,
cool.
yeah. It's these ice water drinks, man. They go right through you.
Yeah?
Ice caffeine drinks. I don't know what the deal is. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Oh man, this series of the Doom stuff is awesome.
Yeah, those models are really nice. The only issue with them that I found is that their UVs are kind of strange.
Uh-huh.
So I even did like a little video where I'm breaking down like the issues that you'll encounter.
Yeah.
And like, you know how like there's a UDEMs and it has like all those different tiles.
Mm-hmm.
These ones are like UDEM 20, like just way somewhere else. So you have to like grab it and actually move it and center it into the 1001 or whatever the main tile is.
Mm-hmm.
And so yeah, you have to like place it in there and then save it and then export it again as another FBX so that you can actually paint on it correctly.
Cool. Man, these are insanely detailed. That Doom one is cool. So you're still doing everydays, right? No? Yes?
I try to do them whenever I have time.
Okay, so they're once in a whiles.
Yeah.
That's cool.
I try not to call myself too much of a everyday person because I'll do like, a pretty good chunk of them like day after day, but then I'll be like, all right, I'm going to go spend time in the mountains or something.
Right.
And then I was like, I leave my computer. I'm like, I'm not touching that.
Yeah. You live in Denver, you got to, right?
Yeah. I just came back from mountain biking with my friend.
Man, I'm so jealous. So jealous. You recently just released Getting Started in Substance Painter for School of Motion, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's cool. How'd that come about?
Well, they were because I'm a TA for them.
Oh, okay.
They were like, if you're a TA, we would like you guys to contribute like articles and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And so I volunteered and they asked, and so I was like, I'm pretty good at substance and these other things. And they're like, yeah, let's do substance. And so I just put together like a little outline. They kind of critique it, tell me what I try to remove, whatever. But yeah, they actually have like, I don't know, like 3 people that walk you through the entire process.
Mm-hmm.
If Wimbush is still watching it, he like did a Unreal one.
Yeah.
And yeah, it seems like they just kind of walk you through the process, make things a lot easier.
Yeah.
Because I've never written an article for a website before, so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
I'm back.
Yeah, you are.
So you also do tutorials. You've got a tutorial section on your site, and you've got your whole SIGGRAPH presentation on here, as well as some other things like this abstract Octopus infinity loop tutorial, Cinema 4D and Substance Painter.
Ooh,
Tell us about
sexy.
that one.
So I was just kind of playing around one day on like one of my everydays, and I ended up making that like really weird looking octopus thing, and I thought it would be a fun one to show people because it's a pretty simple process to get it to work. And for people who didn't have Substance, I went ahead and just provided the textures so that they can follow along.
Yeah.
Just showing all the cool things that you can do with Substance and how to combine it with like subsurface scattering and also.
Did you actually make the textures yourself as well?
Actually, that one's you can actually download it if you have a subscription. There's this like Octopus texture that you can download.
Cool.
So I went ahead and downloaded it, combined it with another texture, which was like an elephant skin.
Okay.
And using like some of the masking, I show people how to like remove parts of the paint, of the material, so that you can see through it, see the one underneath, stuff like that.
Logan in the chat says that one single tutorial taught him so much.
That's cool. That's very cool.
Yeah. And we haven't really talked about render engines, about what you're using currently. Are you using a mix, or you have one favorite?
Yeah, I like to use Redshift the most. I started out on Octane, and Octane, was great to me for a good while. But then I worked over at the mill for like 10 days, and they were like 100% Redshift. And I saw all the crazy stuff you could do with it, and I don't know, it just seemed like I seem to understand it a little bit better than Octane, and so I kind of just stuck with that one.
It's cool.
Yeah. And on your your page under work, you actually have something that you did that was Oculus Rift.
Yeah.
I wanted to bring that one up a little bit. Is this something you did for them? Spec? Was it for a client? Like, who was this for specifically?
Yeah, so it was technically for Facebook, but it was through an agency.
Okay, cool.
The issue that came up with that one, they, like, I don't know, something really weird happened to where it never actually, like, got released.
Had that happen a few times, yeah.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, we did all this work for it, coming up with all this like concept art and actual animation. And it was supposed to be for Best Buy presentation where when you go into the store, you can see the screen.
Mm-hmm.
And it was actually touchscreen, so you can actually navigate through it. And what I animated was when you click on one of them, it reveals like the headset, and then you can like turn it, and it switches to another position. And there you can see like some of the features. And it'll take you to a different page saying, we have this really cool audio system or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So it was supposed to be really interactive, but something weird happened with it. And so I just kind of just had the renders, but never got to like put it in a Best Buy. So
yeah. These,
I like
the additional designs. Yeah, those are very cool.
Yeah, these were all like when we were just playing around trying to like find a cool look for it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's cool.
Robo Recall one.
Yeah.
Nice. Love me some Robo Recall. See, I got this new space in here. I got a little extra, more space than I had before for my play area, so I got to get my Robo Recall on. It'll be fun.
I broke my TV playing VR, so
see, this is a good segue into VR corner. We should talk a little bit about some VR. Let's talk about that for a minute.
Okay.
How did you break your TV?
All right. Well, I was playing this game. It's called Five Nights at Freddy's. And so, like, the whole thing is about getting jump scared and stuff if you mess up. And so there's a part where once you're dead, you wake up in this area where you have to like either select to restart the game, or you can like exit to the menu. And behind you is this like fox animatronic who's just kind of like staring at you. But you can pick up like this little pumpkin. And I was like, oh, I wonder if I throw this at him, will I get jump scared again? And so then I kind of just tossed it, not realizing that my TV was right there, and I just like smacked it. And I was like, oh crap! So I turned on the TV to see if I did something, and there's just like a crack in the middle, and it's just
spiderweb. Oh, that's awful.
Yeah,
I've punched my fan numerous times, and one time I got real close to my desk, and it was a big, heavy desk. And I was swinging like down below and just smacked my hand. It's awful.
Yeah,
I told you the story about my friend Steven. Right?
I was playing with him. I was playing against him. Yeah.
Oh, you were on the other end.
I was on the other end.
So okay, yeah, it was. What's the name of that? Dead
and Buried. Dead and Buried.
Dead and Buried. And they were in a shootout at the virtual corral.
Mm-hmm.
And Matt was shooting at him, and he was behind a table, and he decided he was going to jump roll out and duck behind a pillar. Yeah. And so he goes, not realizing that there was a wall in real life right there, and smack so hard, his face so hard into the wall. Like he's lucky he didn't break his nose.
I was a scout leader for a short amount of time. And I did like a VR night with all the kids, and one of them did that exact same thing. Like, just ran full force, and we were in a really small room. He ran full force straight into the wall, like busted up his nose and everything. I was like, please don't tell your parents.
Yeah, I haven't quite had that happen to me yet. Although, I was playing this one game, it's called Catastrophe. You play as a cat, and the whole thing is you have to like knock things off.
I've heard
ledges.
of that. Yeah.
Catastrophe.
Yeah. And so then, I had like a coffee on my desk, and I was just like smacking things.
Oh no!
And I just knocked the coffee over. I was like, I need to stop playing this game.
That's
I'm done.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to be careful in here. I got a lot of gear.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to really kind of like rein in the play area,
right?
the grid, to make sure. Just really make sure that I'm a little overly cautious. End up knocking over a bunch of like camera gear or something. That would not be good.
Yeah.
What else have you been playing? What do you enjoy playing?
I have a Beat Saber. That one's pretty fun. Have you guys modded it to where you can install just third-party games or whatever? Or songs?
Oh, yeah.
I haven't done that yet. No.
Yeah, hardcore. I'm really into Beat Saber.
Nice.
it's actually part of my exercise routine because of my training for the half marathon or just the running in general. You have to do some sort of other like not even aerobic, but like fat burning activity, right? Like 30 minutes, and I end up playing for 3 hours instead. But so
it'd be nice to have an extra 3 hours to play Beat Saber.
I don't even have I'm not even going in there to beat scores, right? It's just about the fun. It's just about, and I can go up there in the expert mode pretty well for most of them, but it's about like adding a little dance to it. Like I mean, you don't have to move your feet, but adding your feet to it and really getting into it. And I was getting tired of just the same songs, and our buddy Jeremy was like, dude, you got to get this extension. You put in this little thing, and then there's like hundreds of songs that you can play. And I don't know if you've experienced this, but some of them are really good, and some of them are just awful, and some of them aren't even timed right.
Yeah,
just garbage.
Interesting.
But,
Yeah, we look for this one guy in particular who has like the best ones. We think. He did one for Bruno Mars, 24 Karat. And
yes,
that one's like really fun to play because it does make you feel like you're dancing, like when you're doing kind of like smacking the things and whatever. Yeah, it feels better when you're dancing. So
you should try Gangnam Style, or however you pronounce that, because the way that it makes you hit the things, it makes you do the dance by the way that it makes you hit the things.
That's funny.
It's so awesome.
Have you guys played the cha-cha slide on it?
No, I bet that's
I'll
good.
need to download these. Dave, you'll have to send me a link.
I don't remember what song it is, but there's one where they put so many of the little slicey, what do you call them? The little cubes in there that they're all just almost meshed together. So you're just like smearing around your hand in there. It's really fun.
That's funny.
Yeah. So
the install's not bad.
What?
So the install isn't bad.
Oh yeah,
it was really easy.
Yeah, apparently it breaks every time they update the game, so that's one thing to kind of keep in mind. I don't know. So far, it's been working fine for me.
It's the one. I don't know. So I go back and forth between console and computer, especially since I built that console killer machine. But it's like I find so many more errors and issues playing games on the PC than I do just playing on a console. Like console, I feel like everything's just smoothed out and I never have to deal with anything. But versus playing on the PC, it's like, oh, it'll just stop. It'll stop working.
Yeah, that is something that I've been noticing lately. Because before, my computer was just connected directly to my TV, and all I had to do was just turn off my monitors and turn on the TV, and everything would switch over automatically.
Yeah.
But now my TV is a lot further, so the only way to play is on my computer. But so I can't really do on the couch. And I wanted to play through Mass Effect during the quarantine. Yeah. And I have it on both PC and on my Xbox. And I just ended up playing it on the Xbox because it was just so much easier to just sit down on the couch and play.
Yeah, that's I just bought the new Tony Hawk Pro Skater 1 and 2, Like that released this past Friday. I was like, I picked it up that day. It's one of my favorite games of all time, and playing through it just brings back a flood of memories, especially the soundtrack alone. And it's like, I didn't buy it for PC. I specifically bought it for Xbox because it's just so much. I feel like it's going to be better, Yeah,
but I do like having the ability to play different controllers on PC.
Yeah.
Because I did buy into the Steam controller when it came out.
I did too.
And, and like I really like that they. I wouldn't say it's crap. I think it has a really steep learning curve. But once you figure it out and how it works for you, I can't really play first-person shooters on a normal controller anymore because I need the gyroscope to aim and all the cool stuff that you get on the controller.
Mm-hmm.
You don't necessarily get it anywhere else.
Yeah. All right, I gotta run to the bathroom. Dave, it's all you.
It's his turn now. Yeah. What about when? Well, I guess Matt needs to be here for this. I was going to ask about the Steam Link because you can do that that deal where it like beams it to your TV or whatever. But it seems to me like there would be some sort of lag. Like, I don't feel like you could play real accurate first-person shooters.
Yeah, that one's probably better for like puzzle games.
Yeah,
but if you have a wired connection, it does have a much better latency to it, to where you can actually play pretty alright. But if you're going to be like in a competitive environment, you definitely want to play directly on the PC.
Yeah, I had a problem with this TV because I don't know if I talked about this on the show or not, but we were playing Halo with Aria the other day, and I just felt like I was playing like potato, you know? And it's just like, I just could not get any kills. I was getting like 4 kills in a game. I'm like, what is going on? Like, why? I feel dumb right now. Like, why can I not make this work? And turns out when I moved, the TV reset itself out of game mode, and that split second difference made all the difference in the world when it was out of game mode, because it's more of like a, you know, 24p or something. I don't know, whatever it is. The hertz are different, you know.
So yeah,
and
instead
I
of playing
usually
at
don't
60,
like that, but yeah. And you know how it is. You don't like to keep the hertz up because anyone like us can see that super annoying high refresh rate when you're watching regular TV, like where it makes things look like it's a play rather than a movie. But yeah, that's all it was. And what's his name from Nvidia actually was talking about that with what they're doing. They're doing something with, what is it called? They came out with something on the announcements. It was about gaming as far as like the latency. I don't remember what it's called. Maybe somebody in the chat can bring it up, but it's like something that helps with latency in games.
Because they do have like those GeForce screens that are like, not GeForce, what was it? G-Sync, there we go. Those ones are supposed to be better integrated with the V-Sync of the monitor. And so if you have something like a game like Doom, which can play at like 200 frames a second, it better syncs to that than to just have like the V-Sync at 60 frames or whatever.
Yeah. He was showing some examples because he was talking about first of all, the reaction time. Like if somebody's, let's say, between a crack or something and you got a scope on them, you know, and the amount of time it takes for you. Nvidia Reflex, thank you. Nvidia is doing something to where like you've got the time that's the reaction time. That's X amount of milliseconds, right? And then you have the amount of time it takes for you to shoot with your scope on, and how long I guess that's gonna take for it to, I don't know, get to your card and then to the server that's hosting the game. I don't know exactly like which specific pieces of it cause the most lag. Like where, I mean, you've got the human element, you've got your internet, you know, you've got your ping and all of that. You've got the game itself, you've got your computer, you've got all these different elements. And he was showing the difference as to what it looks like when it comes to frames per second. And if you pause a game, you can kind of see like a blur of somebody moving. And it's a little more clear and precise whenever NVIDIA Reflex is on. I really don't understand the technology. I'm one of them oldies. In my day, we had Mario and we liked it. You know? So,
yeah, I don't know. It sounds pretty cool. I'm not really like a competitive online gamer. I mostly just play single player, and then that's it. Even with Call of Duty.
Yeah, I'm not very competitive. I play, but I'm not very competitive because I'm not very good at it. But
Fall Guys is about as competitive as I get. You know.
Yeah, I'm not very good at Fall Guys either. I haven't really learned the levels yet, but I was playing yesterday and not doing well.
Yeah.
I would never make it. I would never make like the first round, and so Arya would just start over so we could keep playing together.
Is it on PC?
Well,
It is on PC, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's PC and like PS4, I think. So
Yeah, is it not on Xbox?
it's
Why
not.
isn't it on
I don't know.
Xbox?
I don't know. I thought converting something from like Xbox and PC and PS4 and Switch was all just a click of the button on
Unreal.
Unreal, yeah.
On Unreal? Yeah.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
It's supposed to be.
They're also dealing with like cheaters and stuff like that, who just make their character float,
Yeah.
and get to the end. And I don't know.
So that's the whole thing with the online PC version is that they went back to using the names that just say Fall Guy 1099 or Fall Guy 2048 because people were naming their Fall Guys
Yeah.
and using exploits to make like ridiculous names come up the size of the screen and just hacking it so that like you couldn't see your character. And it's like, man, gosh, who even bothers to spend the time to come up with that stuff?
I don't know.
Put a giant YouTube video in place of their name.
Yeah,
You know?
right. Hit that,
that'd be
smash that subscribe button.
Yeah. Smash that bell, ring that bell. Whoa.
Do you guys say that on your videos?
Sometimes.
Yeah.
Ironically.
So I've been chatting with Jules in the Octane chat. Sorry to kind of change the subject, but Dave and I were talking about this before the show because Jules was showing off all this cool stuff. And this can go in Ravcock if you want to cut it up or whatever. But we were curious if like the
you go right here.
if it was gonna take a speed hit or whatever with animation, and he was saying no, it doesn't. And the motion blur and post effects will be the same because they use the same universal camera in Brigade. But he says they've got a faster depth of field and motion blur at pretty good quality, but it does take the exact Octane depth of field is also real time, just a little bit noisier in the fast mode. So I mean, I don't care. I don't need 60 frames per second. If I'll handle 30 frames per second if it gets me some slightly better depth of field.
Oh no.
Yeah, I'll even go as far as to 1 frame per second.
Yeah, right.
Well,
I would like to see an example of that in some of his posts. I know he's getting ready for GDC.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what he was writing on his Facebook post. He's getting his presentation together. I can't wait to see that. And
yeah, it's gonna be.
That's
so good.
one of those things where I would love to see some animation in there of something.
Yeah,
just to see how Brigade handles that.
Yeah, he said. I asked him when do we get Brigade, and he said it's a function of how many Octane materials and nodes they have left to convert. So they're having to convert every single Octane node, an Octane material before they can release it to the users. So he says they're pretty close, as you can see in the video, but they're missing a few texture transforms and OSL, but that's coming in fast. They finally have SSS and working in hardest scenes and mesh emitters with mini mesh emitter stuff.
I can imagine OSL
I also
is
think about
kind of a tough thing to do when it comes to Brigade, right? Because all that has to be compatible.
Yeah. And compiling at the same time and sending it to the GPU and stuff like that. I can imagine that's rough. But I mean, can you also imagine doing some of this new stuff that like if you can incorporate some of the new things that Maxon's been showing off with like Neutron, so like you get the speed of that and then being able to also like use Brigade as well. It's like, gosh, it blows my mind how fast things are going to be in the next, year or so.
Yep.
Gosh. We just had to go through
10
COVID
years.
times in order to like, for the whole, simulation that we're living in, it had to upgrade,
Yeah, that's what it was. You're right. That's what it was.
That's what it was.
You wouldn't notice the glitches
Yeah.
as much.
Dude, I'm telling you.
Yeah.
Every time I go to the dentist, you remember that episode of Futurama where Bender goes to get his upgrade,
Yeah.
and like to be compatible with that other robot because he hates that robot, and then he gets the upgrade and he's like, I love this robot, It's like every time I go to the dentist and they kind of knock me out, I always think that like that's the system upgrading me. of course, now that I put it out into the system knows what I'm thinking.
Right.
And so now it's going to be like,
Right.
oh. And I
Well,
kept
the system
thinking
already
like,
knew what you were thinking. You didn't have to
right,
say it.
I know. Speaking of, have y'all watched Devs?
No.
Oh man. All right. So so it was recommended on the show last week, right? And
Last week?
was
that
it last week? No, it was 2 weeks ago
Okay.
with the Russells, right?
The Russells. Yeah.
The Russells, right? They recommended Devs, so I'm like, okay, they recommended it. This is gonna be good. So I started watching it. Spoilers for anyone who, I'm not gonna say. I won't spoil anything.
No spoilers.
So it takes 6 episodes before I started liking the show. What type of person hates themselves so much that they will sit through 6 episodes of a show that they despise?
You, apparently.
Before it finally gets good. Well, because, Jill and Willie were telling me that it's good. And I'm like, okay, I trust them. I believe in them,
Uh-huh.
And so, yes, I got to 6 episodes before it finally got good.
But they were right.
It was like, well, it's okay. It's all right. It ended all right.
It's pretty good, I guess.
It's pretty good.
He said the
It's
thing.
It's not mind blowing. It's not like the best show. It's like if you took a normal show and fed it a bunch of Xanax, right? Every actor was on like 20 hits of Xanax, 24 bars. And then they said, okay, now act. It's
24
like
bars
every
or
person,
24 bars?
24 bars.
Oof.
Yeah. It's like a I don't know, a Prozac induced tech whatever, I don't know. Anyway, it was okay. It was okay. But like the murder mystery part, I didn't give 2 craps about. It's like that main character, I hated the entire time. I'm just like, I don't like you. You're not a good actress. Like, maybe it's because you're on so much Xanax throughout the entire show that, like, I just don't like it. But, like, the ending was neat. It was cool. Like, the whole tech stuff was awesome. I wish they had focused more on that,
Maybe you have to be on Xanax to appreciate it.
Maybe. Yeah, that might be the case. I could see that. I could see that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah.
But
Well,
if you're interested in a really slow show that has an interesting concept, that you will hate for the first 6 episodes and then enjoy the last 2, watch Devs.
Thanks.
Nick Offerman's awesome though. I like him. He's good.
so speaking of getting on this whole train, we need to do Mograph recommends, but I do want to do one Beeple's People.
Let's do it.
Peoples, people, where'd you get that creepo? Peoples, people, what's up with that guy?
Okay.
Oh, Twin Peaks season 3. Oh, so good. Oh yeah. If you you know what? Twin Peaks season 3 was great from the second it started. You don't need 5 chapters. Twin Peaks in general is just great. Sorry, I was in the chat. Lucky was talking about Twin Peaks season 3.
So the background we put on you here is it's an ode to Beeple. It's not an ode to Beeple. It is Beeple's, but we put it in ode to Beeple. Behind you here, the little futuristic city. So we've been mentioning that there's been some throwback Beeples here and there lately, and so there's one that I wanted to bring up. This is September 1st, year of our Lord 2020. But yeah, get out your Beeple viewer of choice. For me, that's Twitter. I'm on twitter.com/Beeple, like you do. This is called the first emoji. And this is like super throwback, and I really liked this. I thought we could work on the story a little bit, because we were talking about what these emojis are. Like, what is the significance of the emojis and why? And I feel like, you got all these different Beeple groups that went out to the different planets that kind of spread out throughout the universe whenever the Earth was dying or destroyed or whatnot. And you see these references to emojis and what are they and things. And I think some of these societies have maybe over the years built and crumbled and whatnot. And so there's the lore of the emojis. And in some of these societies, the emojis still are what they originally were. And some of them, people still understand what they are. But just the whole thing where all these planets are so far apart and people can't talk to each other anymore in these different societies, this one is kind of like rebuilding their society at this point, and they are rebuilding this. This is their first emoji that they're going to build in their new 2.0 version of their society.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like these are maybe like I don't know, like this is like a spiritual thing. These emojis, you know, like
Is a type of emoji, does that matter? Like, does that make a big difference?
Of course, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you know, you've got the happy emoji that just wants to spread happiness. It's like these are the old Greek gods, you know.
If
like,
you build a happy emoji, does that bring happiness? Is that the lore?
I would hope so. I would hope so. You know, like, you know, then you've got the patron saint of eggplants, you know.
Yeah.
And
I would like to see them build an eggplant like this.
Right.
Yeah. I imagine you could really
could be like the Leaning Tower of Pisa, but an eggplant.
Yeah.
That's
perfect.
Funny. Yeah.
Oh.
I don't know. I kind of feel like emojis can be like the kind of like the hieroglyphs from the Egyptians.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And like it's a new language, but instead of it being like based on phonetics, it's based on pictures.
Yeah,
mm-hmm.
Of course.
We've reverted back. I love the textures, especially in the tongue. I love the slotted wood, the pink slotted wood kind of painted.
Yeah. That's
and
cool.
the texturing on it. And I can't tell if this is part of the post process or if it's actually on the wood on the tongue, like the kind of discoloration on it. That looks really cool. And of course the birds.
Yeah. The birds. Always got to have the birds.
Gotta have the birds.
That's
right?
funny.
And
the
these
birds,
people, they're very, what would you call them? These people. Now, I do notice that this person here is exactly the same as this person here. They're in the exact same
that's funny.
pose.
That's funny.
And the one back here and the one over there. But I think it'd be funny if
a
there's
little bit like pilgrims.
Yeah, kind of like pilgrims. Or something, maybe something medieval. Maybe Friar Tuck back in there somewhere. I think it would be funny if he put just like some modern person in here for some reason, just randomly. You know.
Do you think? Okay, so let's do a hypothetical with people's people, right?
Okay, go ahead.
So
caller.
I feel like what?
I said, go ahead.
I feel like the it's gotten pretty like, you know, a lot of his stuff is very political and stuff. Over the past year at least. Do you think if Biden gets elected and things have a semblance of normalcy again, you know, versus being so chaotic, do you think he's going to continue that? Or
nothing's going to calm down. It doesn't matter who gets elected. Nothing's going to calm down.
I disagree.
I don't know.
I disagree.
I don't know. I doubt it.
You think you don't think he'll go back to
Huh?
You don't think he'll change it up a bit, or do you think he's going to stay political?
I mean, Mike is a political person.
Yeah, I guess.
He's not like he's going to take the two TVs down behind him with Fox News and CNN
No, he's
running
not.
24/7.
No, he's not.
You know, so
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I can imagine that there are going to be protests regardless of who gets elected. People are either going to protest Trump or the conservatives are going to protest Biden. Right. And so,
those election fraud. So yeah, it's going to be one of the two, and there'll be plenty of material for Mike to go off of here.
Yeah. Okay.
Stoner talk for motion designers. Well, how do you think I came up with the idea in the first place?
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, that's good. I like it. It looks good.
Cool.
That's the only one I have, though.
Yep.
So, you know, NBD. So let's get to the Mograph recommends, shall we?
recommend.
Unless you've got some links. Do you have links? Did you?
I just wanted to talk about like Cyberpunk and
Yes. Let's do that.
The
first.
Boys.
Oh, okay. Cyberpunk 2077 or whatever it's called.
20 over 9,000.
Yeah. Did it get delayed again?
November?
It's still on November, so
Okay.
Well, I mean, it was delayed. It was supposed to be April 20th.
Mm-hmm.
Then it was supposed to be September something, September 30th, something like that. It's supposed to be 4/20 and then my birthday, and now it's November.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah.
No more delays. Cyberpunk 27 expected to hit its release date. That's according to Forbes.
yeah, I really hope they stick with it. But yeah, one of the things that kind of bummed me out is I was like, oh well, with quarantine, I was like, this would be the perfect game to play, you know?
Yeah.
But yeah, then they had to delay it, and now we have to wait until like election season to, you know, be able to play it.
Yeah.
Well, we'll still be in quarantine.
November 19th is the release date.
Okay.
So
right before Thanksgiving. Well, when things slow down because your clients are like not doing anything or the Thanksgiving holiday, you can play it, you know?
yeah. I don't think we've ever not been busy a Thanksgiving week.
That's because Christmas stuff, yeah.
Yeah.
But Black Friday or something. Play it all
Yeah.
day on Black Friday.
Yeah, totally. I can see that.
Especially since you can't go shopping, you know?
Yeah. You really think that's going to stop people?
I don't know.
You would hope so.
Well, a lot of people have said they're not going to even open. They're not going to do Black Friday.
Yeah, I'm sure they
already,
will.
So what do you think? What do you think about this? What are you looking forward to in this game?
Well, I kind of feel like Cyberpunk is sort of that game that you always wanted, but you never got. And so now someone like answered, you know, realized that there was enough of a need for something like this.
Mm-hmm.
And to just like cram that much like crazy sci-fi and like their art direction. And I don't know, it looks like they hired like some of the best like hard surface designers and just crammed them all in a single room, and they're like, make a bunch of cool shit.
Yeah.
And then they did. And so yeah, I don't know. I just feel like it's so unusual for it to come out because it doesn't kind of fit the games that people deem profitable.
I don't really know anything about this game. What is this game about?
It takes place in this city called Night City. And you get to choose either 3 life paths, is what they call it.
Okay.
You can either start out as a corporate sort of like espionage person who's just like an enforcer.
Cool.
You can do like a gang. So you're like in a street gang, and so you're kind of just like the street kid. Then there's a third one that's a little bit more Mad Max, where you start out outside of the city and you make your way in, and so you kind of get introduced to the world in that way.
Cool.
Do you think that, I don't know, maybe they've said or not, when you pick those paths, do you end up playing like 3 different versions of the game, or does it kind of all become one at some point? Is there a free play mode like GTA and all that? I imagine there would be.
I'm not sure if there is. I would hope so, because it's going to be like this huge city, and it's going to be, you know, I don't know, it's very interactive. But from what I understand is that you will start in one of those 3, and then it'll kind of go into a general timeline, at which point it'll have small variations. It won't be like completely different.
It looks pretty.
I guess it's kind of
I'm watching
like
the trailer
GTA.
right now.
But Lucky in the chat says, bet you'll get a free copy when you buy a 3090.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's definitely one that I would buy on PC, because you want to play that in 4K 60, just do it up.
Yeah, I don't think they're going
It
to.
also supports RTX.
Oh.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Turn that RTX on, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Delicious.
I wonder if they have to change the lighting. Like, do they have to change the lighting when dealing with RTX? You know, like, is it a completely different light scenario? Because I've seen the things that I've seen of RTX on and off. You know, it's significantly different, because you're talking about like different bounces and stuff like that. You know, it's like, I don't know.
Yeah, it kind of seems like it's a real-time global illumination solution.
Right.
And so I have a friend who he doesn't do 3D stuff, but he got really excited over RTX, and he was like, "Hey, So if there's like this red light, the light will actually bounce around, and you'll see like these color casts. I was like, yeah, it's called the global illumination. We have to spend like way more time rendering it, but I guess now it's all real time, and so it's interesting how they're starting to get to that point where real time engines are become just as good as something that takes 24 hours to render.
Right.
Have they said that they're going to have online play or?
I don't think so. I think it's focusing on being single player the whole time.
Oh, okay. I was just curious if like you could play with people, if there could be like a mode just like GTA Online mode. It seems like that's such a cash cow that everybody would do it now. And that's the reason that the new GTA isn't really even coming out.
I saw a meme on the like gaming subreddit where it said the PS2 got 3 different versions of Grand Theft Auto, and Grand Theft Auto 5 came out, and there's been 3 PlayStations since.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
It came out during the 360, PS3.
Yeah, PS3. Then there's PS4, and then PS5. There will be PS5, and you'll have only one GTA.
I had this version on Xbox 360, and when I got the Xbox One, I got a copy, and then when I went full PC again, I got it on PC.
Ridiculous.
Yeah.
And then I spent
Have you guys
hundreds
bought
of
those
dollars.
shark cards?
The what?
The shark cards where you buy like the in-game currency.
I have spent probably $300 in in-game currency for GTA. I'm
So
not gonna
stupid.
lie.
That's why they don't need to make a new one.
Yeah, I've got I have got apartment buildings, arsenals, bunkers, ridiculous like giant like trailers full of cool gear. It's a lot of fun though. It's a lot of fun to have all that cool gear and pony noobs with it. It's like
yeah.
It's like a 4-year-old who can't buy anything, and you just drive up in this gigantic arsenal and just blow them out of the water 50 times every time they respawn.
That's funny.
Aha! I have expendable income. I don't know. The Family Guy thing. I have expendable income. No? Okay, never mind.
I don't know that one.
All right. Yeah. I haven't been able to play online. I did play once, but somebody just kept running me over and over, so it's kind of annoying.
Yeah.
That gets annoying. Like you have to go into like a certain mode and like become invisible for a second so that people won't kill you 50 times. You got to get out of the area, get away from them. So you can go like get your mods and build up everything again and get some more ammo.
So dumb. The mods are dumb. Like, what's the point of modding a game? Like a game like that, like I tried playing it one time,
or a mod, like a mod in a good way.
I don't know. I tried playing GTA Online, and someone had modded it to where they could just let planes crash down over the entire area, and it's like I couldn't even play the game. I don't know.
Yeah, well, that's hacks though, rather than a mod.
Yeah,
I mean, it is technically a mod, but yeah. Question in the chat about we talked about this earlier, but 4 3080s or a 3090. We're going
2
for
3090s. Yeah. The amount of money that you get more the CUDA to dollar cost, is better for 4 3080s versus 2 3090s.
Unless VRAM is a big deal for you.
You
have to keep that in consideration. But if you are somebody who is an efficient modeler and you're using a lot of instancing and your project files aren't going to be that big, and who knows what's going to happen. That's the other thing. Who knows what's going to happen down the line as far as like that same technology that's in Unreal 5 as far as polys are concerned. Maybe VRAM, maybe they even know that. Maybe they're thinking ahead on that. They're like, VRAM isn't going to be as much of an issue moving forward. I don't know. Yeah. Okay. Any other links besides that one?
No, I was going to say The Boys, if you guys been watching that.
I've heard of it. I haven't watched it.
Heard of it.
I saw that there was a UFC game where they are sticking advertisements inside of it for The Boys on Amazon in order to make it feel more realistic.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like
Yeah, I
sticking
don't know
ads
why.
inside of a game just to make more money. That's so sleazy.
I mean, but Madden kind of also does that.
I know they do.
They like, but they're advertising their own thing to the person.
Yeah.
So as soon as you start, they're like, "Hey, get on this Madden Ultimate Team,
Yep.
and pay a bunch of money to get those packs."
Yep.
As long as these things are dynamic.
Mm-hmm.
Because the worst thing is you're playing a video and it's like, or you're playing a video game and it's like, Blockbuster Video, check us out,
Yeah, right.
Yeah, you got to make them
That's funny.
dynamic at least. Have a little server. Okay, so let's do some Mograph recommends. We're going to start out with your favorite movie.
Okay. My favorite movie is The Fifth Element.
Okay.
Nice.
I can see. Yeah.
Nice.
I watched it for the first time a few months ago. Like I had seen pieces and pieces. Yeah. Here's the thing. I had seen pieces and pieces here and pieces there, and probably throughout my history of life, it's like I had seen the whole movie. But I finally sat down and watched it from beginning to end. It's okay.
Through the Dallas Multipass.
Yeah, it's okay.
You got to watch it a few
I like
times.
Ruby Rod.
Yeah. You're crazy, man.
He's like the best part.
You're crazy.
He's like, you green, super green.
I love
But,
the
yeah, I
guy
like
who
that
comes to the door. He comes to the door at the beginning to try and rob him.
Oh yeah, like give me the cash.
Give me the cash. And he's like, nice
He has
hat.
like the thing on his head.
You like it?
Yeah.
He starts dancing. I always wanted a part 2 for that movie, but they wouldn't do it right.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, I mean, if you watch that other movie that the director made, the one that takes place in space,
Super expensive one that totally just lost money for them.
Which
What was that?
They included a couple of characters from The Fifth Element, kind of like as background stuff. So
I don't
like this
know
big
what this
circular.
Oh, that's funny.
What are you talking about? Do I need to go check this out?
Hold on. Let me look up Luke Besson.
Valerian and the
Valerian, yeah.
Huh. All right.
They're doing a Lucy 2? Oh. Sorry. I just looked at his IMDb. It was like, Lucy was okay, but like, why are they doing a Lucy 2? Sorry. Valerian, yeah, that was the movie.
All right.
Hmm.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, I'll check that out.
I haven't actually seen it, so I can't confirm for myself, but I heard that they put those same aliens from the beginning of the movie in there somewhere.
That's funny.
Oh, okay. I'm going to check it out now. So it's like the same universe,
Yeah.
essentially. Yeah.
Hi, my name is Sashia Dumont. I'm a writer, actor, and filmmaker.
Hi, my name is Paul Robinson. I'm a director, DP, and filmmaker. We are the creators and hosts of the Go Gorilla Filmcast, an online source for all things indie film.
We are a husband and wife film team and co-owners of Sen3 Productions, and we started this podcast for filmmakers like ourselves who were producing on micro budgets with skeleton crews.
Go Gorilla is a weekly podcast that features various talents in TV, film, and web series productions.
We've interviewed filmmaker powerhouses like Kestrin Pantera,
Richard Raymond,
Alex Ferrari,
Cassandra Ebner,
and Ryan Connolly. Amazing actors like Hannah Ward,
Lou Taylor Pucci,
Chris Wataski,
and Eileen Gruba,
groundbreaking cinematographers like Jody Lee Lipes,
and Jessica Lee Gagné, and many more.
We also offer weekly reviews of our favorite films and shows, which vary from low-budget first-time filmmakers to A-listers and everyone in between. Go Gorilla is proud to announce that we have officially joined the Mograph Podcast Network.
So if you love filmmaking as much as we do,
tune in every Sunday for a new episode of the Go Gorilla Filmcast, your source for all things indie film. Now available on the Mograph Podcast Network.
All right. What about music?
I'm a big fan of synthwave.
Okay. Oh man,
Matt,
I got a good
something.
Yeah, I got a good.
I haven't checked it out yet.
I've got a good playlist for you. Then I'll send it over to you.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's what was it called? Let's see if I can.
It's called
it.
Retro Wave Outrun. Is the name of the playlist. I hope it doesn't start playing. But yeah, if you look on Spotify, that's the name of the. Let me see if you can search for it. But
I might already have this playlist. Like subscribed.
Yeah,
That's funny.
Retro Wave Outrun. It's a playlist. It's really good. It's got a few video game ones in there too. Like they do a synthwave version of the Lost Woods from Ocarina of Time. I don't know.
Oh, nice.
Neat. So,
there's one that I like. It's from. Do you guys know who Dr. Disrespect is?
I think so.
He's a streamer, and
Yes.
he has like the very synth wavy aesthetic.
Mm-hmm.
So if you find his playlist, somebody grabs all the songs that they use from the YouTube videos.
Oh, cool.
And just throws them in there.
That's super
And
cool.
it's a really solid.
Nice.
Yeah, it's like 500 songs. So.
That's cool.
And is that when you're working or just in general, or do you have do you go back and forth? All the
Yeah, I
same?
mostly just listen to that whenever I'm doing anything. But when I'm reading, I usually try to put stuff that's more ambient rather than
like a chill hop or something.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. Chill hop is good for writing and studying.
Yeah.
Have you seen the chill hop variations? People have been fan art. People have been doing the chill hop girl that's studying the classic one. People have been doing their own versions in different cities across the world.
That's funny.
Yeah.
I saw someone do an actual photograph of them doing that, sitting in the exact same composition and stuff. Is neat.
With the cats on the windowsill.
Yeah.
Yeah, I tried making a cyberpunk version of that. It was just this lady, and she's kind of in weird sci-fi environments.
Mm-hmm.
And I just put music on it, and the image is frozen, but things in the background are animated.
Oh, that's cool.
So you have holograms kind of flickering, and she's kind of floating in the air. And then, I don't know. I think that was my way of trying to do a chill. What do they call it? Lo-fi, whatever.
Lo-fi chill hop. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Now, what about TV show? All right, Kevin.
Okay.
It's your time to show. Oh, Kevin's probably on vacation. He's probably not watching today. It's a holiday.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of Stargate SG-1.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I try to think of something that was a little bit more recent. But yeah, I'm a big fan of Stargate. I can still rewatch all the episodes, and I don't know, they still hold up. So.
Yeah.
How about the movie?
I was never a Stargate fan. My dad really liked Stargate, but I wasn't. I don't know. I never got into it. I'm sure if I sat down and watched it, I'd be into it, because I enjoy myself some good sci-fi.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it takes a little bit to kind of get used to the the cheesiness of Richard Dean Anderson's jokes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they're always so dry, and they're kind of what the hell, is this supposed to be funny? But eventually, it does become funny.
Well, eventually, it becomes funny.
The first movie was okay. The second movie was really bad.
Was it?
Which movie are you talking about?
There was a Stargate. There was a Stargate movie, right? Or am I thinking of something else?
Yeah, there was a Stargate movie.
Yeah, because there's the original Stargate, which you had what's his name, Kurt Russell.
Yeah,
and then you have these ones that were based on the TV show rather than the movie, and those ones wrapped up the series. So at the end of the series, it ends on a cliffhanger, and so they used the movie to wrap it up.
Interesting.
Wasn't there? Yeah, I thought there was a part. Yeah, Stargate 2, and it was really bad before even the TV show. I think, unless I'm thinking of something else, but I think that's. Yeah, I can't remember. I was trying to look it up, but man, those graphics back then, woo, man. That's funny. You look back on that stuff, that the graphics back then are not even as good as real-time video games are now.
Mm-hmm.
Man.
Mm-hmm. Kind of like those Beast Wars Transformer ones.
Yeah.
Those things were $1 million an episode.
Yeah.
And they look like total trash.
Gosh. Now, what about podcasts? What do you listen to in podcasts? If you listen to podcasts.
Yeah, I'm not too big on podcasts, but there are 3 that I do like. The main one that I do listen to is called Dear Hank and John.
Mm-hmm.
Has the Green Brothers. I also like Lore, which is about folklore.
Cool.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's this one, it's kind of an offshoot of 99% Invisible. It's called Articles of Interest, and it's about clothing and the history behind it.
Cool.
They have one about punk, which is kind of what drew me in.
Yeah. You into punk rock?
Yeah. I think I like certain bands.
Okay.
I like the Misfits and stuff like that.
Okay.
But I would never call myself like a punk rock listener person. I have like very specific bands that I do like, and that's because I think I got into them in a very developmental part of my life.
Okay.
And so I never really explored beyond it.
Gotcha. Okay.
And now plugin.
I do think that X Particles is probably like the best plugin, but I also like Motion, and also what's that other one where you can save your curves.
What is that one?
For After Effects.
Can save your curves?
Yeah, so you can like create like curves and then save them.
Ooh.
And then you can just copy and paste them over.
That's cool.
Oh, we didn't talk about the new Rocket Lasso plugin, did we?
We did not. No.
No, we're gonna try and have Chris come at least on the show for like at least for a small spot appearance or something and talk about it a little bit. But yeah, this Recall plugin is really cool. You got to check that out. Yeah.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah. How much is it? Like 120 or something?
I don't know the exact
I don't know
price.
how much it is. We were on the beta of it, and I just think it's great. I think it's really great. So I'd love to talk to him more in depth about it and how it was developed and everything else, because it's incredibly useful.
Mm-hmm.
And people were
from seeing the demo.
Yeah, and people were like comparing it. I guess there was something EJ had a while back.
Yeah,
that
it's
was similar,
109.
but it's not the same.
109. Yeah.
It's worth it, I'll tell you that.
Yeah. There's something that EJ has, and EJ even got in our chat to talk about it. And he's like, EJ's thing was nowhere near as complex, and it hasn't been updated since R17, so
yeah,
it could be broken. You know,
yeah. I'm sure it is.
It's cool though, very cool.
So the plugin's called Flow.
Flow. That
for
sounds
After
familiar.
Effects.
Yes.
Man,
what does it do?
Flow A scripts lets you just
you
copy
can,
and paste your curves or like save curves.
Yeah.
Man,
the
that's
curve thing. That's right.
cool. That's super cool.
I would I pretty much just save all the curves that I need. And then I just whip them out, just select it, and then select the two keyframes that I want them to have that curve, and then just hit apply, and you're good to go.
Man, that's awesome.
Oh, we should get a copy of that.
Oh, Flow's a collaboration between Zach Lovett and Render Tom. Okay, I know Zach Lovett. He's in our Slack.
Oh, yeah.
And it comes with a bunch of presets too, right?
Yeah.
It's nice.
Ryan Summers made some as well.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, nice.
That's awesome.
All right.
Okay.
Let's get on that. Let's get us a copy.
Totally.
All right, headphones.
The ones that I'm wearing. It's the Bose Wireless Comfort 2, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Is that what you got too?
Just about, yeah.
About that Bose.
Quiet Comfort 35.
Mm-hmm.
Just waiting for someone who works for Bose to send us some free headphones.
I think maybe we're gonna have to contact them.
Yeah, I think we might be able to.
Yeah,
it's like, hey, we do a podcast where we talk about your headphones all the time. You know,
I don't wear them on the show though.
I don't wear. Dave doesn't wear them on the show, but I do. Please give us some free headphones.
The reason I don't wear them is because they're too good. It really is. I can't hear what's going around me and like other things because they're so good at canceling the noise. So yeah, I wear them when I'm working, like constantly. I do all my phone calls with them.
Yeah,
they're great for that.
I like them for the flight part of it.
Yeah, I don't. I get
that.
I get such a migraine on flights. I'm interested to see how it goes this Thursday or whatever when I fly. I haven't flown in almost a year. It's
You're gonna
insane.
have to report back on that. I know. Like
I
haven't done like less than 20 flights or maybe even 30 flights in a year in like 15 years.
It's insane. Like I have a Southwest credit card. You know, it's like there's no point in using it right now. You know, it's not like I need the points because I'm gonna go fly somewhere. You know, so I'm putting everything on my Amazon card.
Plus, we got all those credits right now on our different flights. Yeah, because we had to cancel so many flights when COVID happened.
That's
we
funny.
have credits just sitting there for everybody.
All right.
I can't wait to have a DFW C40 again. That was
I
gonna be
know.
the most epic event. And
It's gonna be fun.
oh man. All right. So the next one is your favorite app. What is your favorite app?
I've been using Trello a lot lately.
Okay.
Because I'm not very good at like time management and like prioritizing what's important. So using that has been like really useful for me because I can just like look at what I need to do.
Yeah.
Just kind of stack them, and then as I finish, just throw them into like the finish pile. And I don't know, it also kind of feels like a game. You're like, oh no, I can once I finish this, it like gets removed.
Yeah,
it is fun to gamify it.
Trello's okay. I worked for a company where they use Trello, and it's like, I don't know. For me personally, I've never found a good project management stuff. Never. I've never found one that I like. But I'm so visually, like, if there's too much going on one screen, like especially with Trello, how you've got like so and so commented, so and so commented, so and Basecamp is the worst for me. My mind instantly goes, I have no idea what's going on. I can't focus on one individual thing.
That's why I like Todoist, and I don't even use all the features of Todoist. It's like, here's the things in the inbox. Half the time I finish them before they're even out of the inbox, and I like the comments thing because if there's like links and other things like that I need to put from my computer to my phone or my phone to my computer. Oh, I need to send Matt that thing. Well, I have it. I need to text it to him, but it's on my computer.
Yeah.
I'll just put it in the comment and then I'll just copy and paste it from the phone.
Yeah.
But it gamifies it too. It gives you points and things for how many you finish and all of that,
I don't care about the gamifying thing. Honestly, all I do is I have a sticky, like, stickies on either the Mac or the PC. I have a stickies open that says current jobs, out to freelancers, potential jobs. Then here's the tutorials. Here's my board list. Like if I'm bored, I can do one of those things,
Nice.
So that's it.
I had a joke there, but never mind. All right, last one. This is the difficult one. Is your favorite life hack?
Yeah. So I would just say, are you guys familiar with Marie Kondo?
Yeah.
Yes. Does it bring you joy?
This brings joy. This does not. Yeah.
Well, I think that her tips for folding clothes, probably like the thing that I found the most useful is everything's in thirds, and instead of like stacking your clothes like this, you stack them like this, so they're standing. And then if you fold it a certain way, your shirt can, like the graphic can be on the outside, and so you know exactly what you're gonna like pull out. So if you have a lot of like gray shirts and you want to know which one's the one that says Cinema 4D on it, just fold it in that way, and now you know.
I just hang up all my shirts, even all my t-shirts. Yeah, I hang up all my t-shirts. Yeah, why not?
I'll put them in the drawer. See, I need to do that in my new drawers. I haven't organized everything yet. They're folded, but they're in bags. So like I'll take them out and maybe do it that way. Give it a try. Can you find that online somewhere on how to do it? Like a YouTube video?
Yeah, if you look up like Marie Kondo folding shirts, there's something on YouTube where she shows you like the technique. Super simple. It's kind of what they do in like places where they sell clothes. And so whenever you see them kind of like stacked a certain way, like they're using that same technique as hers.
All right. I'm going to have to check that out. I might do that, revolutionize my t-shirt selection process.
This does.
Of course, half the time I just wear a black t-shirt anyway, so.
Right?
Yeah.
No, just hang them up. You got a big enough closet, I would assume, for just t-shirts. All it takes is one small row, I've only got like
drawer space
25 t-shirts that I wear,
Yeah.
So
yeah. I can't use the closet. I have to share it, so if I just put all my clothes up, it's going to take up the whole closet. So
just put my jeans up. I put my jeans and my shorts, and my undies and my socks in the drawers. My jorts.
Jorts.
Yeah, with the buttons that can make them into jeans. You can unzip and they. Yeah.
Oh yeah, the unzip.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I've been wearing the same pair of black, like jogging shorts for the last 6 months at this point. Yeah.
Gross.
Not like that. It's not like I don't wash them. I just don't wear anything. Like I don't remember. I've worn jeans probably one time this year.
I
don't even know where my jeans are. Maybe they got lost in the move.
I don't know.
You guys remember
don't hang
jeans?
up my undies. I don't hang up my
Remember
undies. I put them in the
jeans?
drawer. Yeah, I wear. I'm wearing shorts today, but like I wear I wear jeans most of the time.
I never wear them anymore.
See, you get comfortable for work. I actually like.
Yeah, dude,
I can't wear pajama bottoms. Like, I just can't. And I have to be wearing shoes at all times.
Well, you can't wear pajama bottoms when it's hot. That's why you need shorts. But then you go
but
with
it's
the
never
yoga
hot in my
pants for
house.
fall.
It's always like 70 degrees in my house.
Yeah, man, bust out the yoga pants with juicy on the back.
God,
juicy.
It's your PSL.
Yeah.
October, man. I got my pumpkin spice candle right here already. It's already going.
All
Bath and Body Works, $25.
How many pumpkin spice lattes have you guys had?
0.
Not any yet. I usually wait till my birthday to have my first PSL.
I don't drink coffee, but the our babysitter does. So I bought a Keurig machine, and it kept on popping my my circuit breaker on my in my house. So I had to, because apparently they installed a bunch of like crappy GFCI circuit breakers, and so like I had to take it out, put in a new one, pop it in.
GTFO circuit breakers.
Right, GTFO one.
I need more of those. Scott's in the chat. What's up, Scott?
What's up, Scott?
Heard you had a rockin' barbecue.
Yeah, I know. We need to hang out next week.
Matt missed you.
Yeah, don't worry about me. I ain't got that COVID. I don't know if I mentioned this on the show, but I'm exactly 5 months from when I had COVID, and I still have antibodies, which is crazy. Still have antibodies. Yeah. I'm curious if it's like because I don't I don't do the things that they recommend you do, like, use hand sanitizer and not touch your face, and because I anytime I go out, I just wear the mask. I'll wear a mask, but I'm not very safe. So I'm wondering if I'm getting a constant influx of COVID so much that my body is still having to produce antibodies. You know what I'm saying?
I wonder if that's
kind of like when Dwight was saying, everyone should cough in his face or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know.
Lucky. Doctors love him. Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I go to the gas station. You type in my PIN code on something. I use like the knuckle on my pinky, and then I have hand sanitizer on my keychain.
Yeah, see, I'm not worried about it.
No.
It's one of the nice things about having had it. There's so little worry now.
But my question still, and I haven't gotten a good answer to this, is
can you get it again?
Can you come hang out with me and play
I think
game of
so.
pool on my new pool table? And if
I think
you
I can
have it, but you have the antibodies, can you pass it to me?
I think your body will ramp up and kill the antibodies before I can spread it to you. Now, if it's on my hands and stuff like that, or like I could probably pass it to you that way.
Right?
I don't know.
Yeah. I'll take a shower before you come over.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, I'll do that.
Yeah, you do need to come over.
I do.
Check out the
eventually.
new place. Yeah.
No.
So.
Word.
All right. Well, we got to get out of here.
Yeah. Got to eat some lunch.
I got to go do my half marathon here, so I got to mentally prepare, hydrate, all that fun stuff.
Carb up. You got to go get some fettuccine Alfredo, right?
No, that's a bad idea. If you haven't been eating carbs and then you eat carbs before you do the final run, that's probably going to mess with you. Yeah. I do have those packets of gel. Have you seen those terrible, thick, gross packets of gel? I mean, they've got the flavors. You carry them in your little bag or pouch or whatever. and then when you're like, certain points in the race, it has electrolytes. It has, sodium and stuff to help absorb water and things like that. and they have different flavors, and it's so thick. They're little itty bitty packets, but you like rip them open and you eat them while you're running, and it really helps re-energize you, like at the 45 hour mark, something like that.
Interesting.
And, the only problem is it's so thick it makes you more thirsty so you're running and you're like, oh god, and you're like trying to down some water and not stop running.
How are you again?
It's not pretty.
One more time. I didn't quite get it first.
Yeah. Anywho,
do you ever get like tummy rumbles, when you're running and stuff like that? Because I don't, I have stomach troubles all the time, and I feel like if I
really.
went and ran a marathon, I'd be like that dude who just like pooped himself and ran for ran for the whole half
the bathroom
marathon
before you go. I mean, that's and the fact that I eat one meal a day, nothing's in my stomach already.
That's true.
But I get
that's
a stitch
true.
when I eat before I run anyway, so I don't like to eat before I run. So you drink a lot of water, Gatorade. Or switch back and forth if you have 2 bottles.
Mountain Dew Zero's okay, right? I could just drink like a couple of those and be all right.
Actually, honestly, I do have a little bit of caffeine before I go.
Yeah.
And I've read up on it, and a lot of people swear by it. And some people just take a caffeine pill, but I think I drink enough caffeine as it is to help. But I do have maybe like a quarter of a Diet Coke or something before I go, or Coke Zero.
I was gonna say you have like a giant cup of coffee before you start running.
No, you don't want a lot of carbonation. That'll hurt.
Yeah.
So you got to keep it light, But it does seem to help me a little bit.
I picked up some Topo Chico. Topo Chico. It's got the hint of what is it? What's the grapefruit? It's got a hint of grapefruit. So it's like the what's the one LaCroix that you love? With the grapefruit.
Oh, it's like pamplemousse. But I love grapefruit Perrier. It's actually really good.
It's interesting. It's like the I don't like flavored bubbly water, but this is actually pretty good because there's not so many bubbles on my tongue,
Lucky says just chug some Monster beforehand.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
I have noticed, and I don't know if this is just a fluke or what, but if I have had a Monster energy drink like maybe 2 or 3 hours before I run, I do feel like I do a little bit better. Might be a coincidence.
It's just a fluke. I think it's a fluke. Yeah.
Could be the taurine or whatever other chemicals
maybe it's
that
the
are in it.
taurine.
What other cancer-causing chemicals are in it? But you never know.
Yeah.
Do you have any?
It's actually
things
4
that you do
Loko
to keep you
that you've been drinking.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Do I have any what?
Oh, sorry. Do you do anything to kind of keep you motivated while you're running?
The music, man. I tried one time to listen to podcasts while I run, and I'm like, nope, gotta have the music. And the Spotify playlist that I have, especially for the long runs, it's a very slow climb, but I have music that I think I mentioned this on the show once before, but there's a website you can go to where you can get certain BPMs. You can type in the BPM and find songs that are in those BPMs. It's a Spotify playlist that just increases 1 BPM every song and just kind of builds its way up,
Neat.
just to kind of keep your motivation. And I kind of have learned, where to start and where not to start. I'm starting very low today. I'm almost going to be walking at the beginning just to really start getting into it. And if it's too slow, if the song is too slow, I just let my body go at whatever pace feels comfortable until I hit a song that matches that pace, and then I continue on with the BPMs. So the music will definitely do it. You have those power songs and whatnot.
Yeah.
And I've got some good ones. There's a Jay-Z song where he's talking about I'm already home. And that one is usually at the end when I'm almost home. I time it all out. Like I look at everything. I'm like, I know I'm going to be here at this point, and
how
So
far have you run so far? You started Couch to 5K. How long have you gone? This is like
how far?
This is 13.5 kilometers, 13.2 kilometers.
This will be 13 point something. I've gone 11 and change at one point or something like that. It's really not that much further. it's not that I haven't been able to do it or haven't wanted to try it. It's that my training program is more about the interval training. So like, for example, last week I did almost 3 miles in 27 minutes, right? And that's because I was really pushing hard, but I wasn't conserving energy on purpose. You know, it's more of like and I'm stopping and starting the whole time. I'm just going through what the program tells me to do to, you know, but when you're doing a long haul like this, you conserve energy way more. You start very light, you know, you really don't push hard because you can run a BPM, let's say you're on 150 beats a minute. You could run that far or not far, right? Like you could push your stride so that you go very far per step, you know, or you could run in place on that, you know, so you pick how much exertion you want with that. Right, so I don't put the exertion in these long runs. This will be a very long run because I'm not going for speed. I'm going for distance.
Right.
Yeah. Some people go for distance and for speed.
But you're all alone in your time of need.
Yeah. Go get my trumpet.
Right.
All right. I guess we should get out of here.
Yeah, I'm hungry. I need some food.
Hello, hungry.
I'm dead.
You can rate us on iTunes. You can leave a review on your podcatcher of choice. Helps get our ratings up. You can also subscribe because that helps us get out there in the ether and whatnot. You can subscribe to our newsletter. Oh my God, I forgot about our newsletter. There's too much going on. But I will get another newsletter out there soon, probably after IBC. So that would be next week. You can say you've been there, done that, got the t-shirt, the Mograph logo tee, the Paul Babb Feel the Bab 2020 shirt. All the profits from that go to Doctors Without Borders.
Only got a few more weeks of that before it becomes a classic.
Yeah, classic shirt.
Yeah.
Render Things t-shirt, hoodie, and long sleeve tee. Make sure you get one of those. It's almost PSL time. You can get one of the long sleeve ones to get comfortable with that on. And then That Render is Fire shirt, which you're only allowed to wear, ironically.
Yep.
Unless you're shams.
Unless you're shams.
Fire, bro.
Yeah. That Render's fire, bro. Luis, where can people find you on the interwebs if they want to find you?
I'm on Instagram under Luis Miranda 4D. I also have my website, which is luis-miranda.com. And if you want to find me on YouTube, where I post my tutorials, I'm at Luis Miranda 4D on there as well.
Cool.
Well, we appreciate you being on.
Yeah, man.
Taking your holiday to hang out with us.
I'll hopefully see you next week. Or this weekend, I guess.
A little COVID party.
Yeah, I'm gonna make Arya have a COVID party.
Everybody's just coughs in each other's drink.
Yeah, right?
There you go. Yeah. Yeah, we appreciate it, man. Make sure everybody tune in next week and come talk to EJ in the chats.
Yep.
He'll be here
spreading
his iDesigny goodness.
We'll probably be late. I'm going to put money on it that we're going to be late. Oh, it's going to be a later start.
He's going to have to mow his lawn before we start the show.
Right. Mow his lawn and go
40-mile jog.
Run 3 miles.
Yeah. Dude,
funny.
I was looking at his Strava, man. He's like, I don't really run that much. He's going like 40 miles a week or something.
Jeez.
You know? Oh, that's not much. Yeah, okay. Mm-hmm. All right. We're going to get out of here. We're on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, mograph.com. Make sure you ding the bell and whatever the kids are saying now these days. I don't know.
I just subscribed.
Every time the bell rings, Mary. Oh, man.
This is a very interesting situation.
All right. We're going to get out of here. Until next time, I'm Dave.
And I'm Matt.
And I'm Luis.
Have a good one.
Later, yo.
Pretty good, I guess. Mograph.com, an online resource for motion graphic artists. Start your week with the Mograph podcast. Industry news, interviews with your favorite artists, and terrible humor. Watch live shows and interviews from Mograph events like NAB, SIGGRAPH, Half-Res, and local meetups. Our Mograph Talks feature live demos and motivation from artists all around the world.
Sometimes you gotta make stuff that you're not gonna put on your reel, and I'm not here to judge.
What if Rick and Morty show up for the countdown at midnight? That's where I peaked in life, in my career.
We gotta stop this thing, Rick! It's gonna kill us all!
Hear from the people that create your software, design your render engines, and artists that are changing the face of modern motion graphics.
You get that render done. Yeah, you better frame what?
Mograph tutorials and online classes will teach you about Cinema 4D, After Effects, as well as other popular software and render engines.
Throw in the HDR Studio, take the render settings, pick the HDR, put in reflection, and gorgeous.
Branch into new software. Learn time-saving tips, techniques, workflows, and lessons that'll keep you up to date in the world of motion design.
Oh, brother, those are some of my favorite elves.
I love projects that scare me. When our art director comes to us and asks for something that I had never done before, man, it gets me pumped.
Join the conversation in our live sessions. Check out our plugins, or join the hundreds of daily active users in our Slack channel for technical help, advice, contests, or just to joke around.
Real nice banana.
Ah, that's so funny. All right. I'm going to live forever.
Subscribe today and get the latest updates on our YouTube and other social media channels.
Take all your dreams and just do it!
We don't care how you get here, folks. Just get here.
Subscribe to Mograph.com.